live home show. We're here. Hi, everybody. Good morning, all of you, to Stock Markets with Bruce. It's your buddy, Uncle Bruce here. We are here for Friday, February the 11th, option expiry day. Welcome one, welcome all. Have an hour to go before we open or so, and we're seeing the futures mixed now. About 2 hours ago, when I couldn't sleep, and I was already waking up. What am I saying? 2.5 hours ago, I was up. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how early I get up. Even earlier, I was up earlier than that. Never mind. Look, I couldn't sleep. Okay, so I woke up early and I noticed that the all indices were off, and it looked like we had a 150-point decline all over the place. It was just terrible. Right now, the Dow's down 7 points on the pre-market. Nothing burger. We're up on S&P and NASDAQ ever so slightly, like a bit of a point. We've completely wiped out the negativity of the market from 2.5 hours ago, from the Asia thing to the Euro thing. Now here we are. So Asia had its freak out. Europe did whatever. And now the markets have been kind of improving. Now, as I'm speaking, like this 60-second rant, the Dow is now down 20. So there you go. Is the market a little unsure of itself? Yes, I think that is a good way to say that. The oil market is up 128 to 91.16. Apparently, the planet can crank out 110 to 120 million barrels a day of oil. And yet there's a shortage. Incredible. I have a solution to a lot of the world's problems that I'm going to talk to you about in just a second. I'm going to tell you the secret. I'm going to tell you a secret that no one is telling you. No one has mentioned this to you. I don't think this advice I'm about to give you has been shared with the world since probably, I'm going to guess, 1977, 78, 79. I can recall this advice being passed on to the world back then. I remember it. But I don't really remember it since then, although it's one of those things you should know and you should be aware of. And it's kind of like, when you cross the street, you're supposed to look both ways. It's kind of like, doesn't everybody know that? Well, yeah, those of us who have been around a while know that, but someone who's new to the planet doesn't know. Like a waddling duck, a little chick walking across. They don't know to look look both ways to cross the street. They just go and they get squished. They didn't know. In any event, what I'm going to tell you hasn't been specifically spoken and targeted to anybody since that time frame back in the 70s. So I'm going to give you a golden nugget of advice. And this is from a very old man. Look at me. I'm 66. Look at me. No, don't look at me. Don't. I'll help you out. Okay, look, I'm 66, okay? I'm just trying to help you out here. You don't need to see this face up close and personal. What do you think of the shirt? Anyway, never mind. But I'm going to tell you something. Okay, so first of all, before I tell you the secret of a solution to a problem that every one of you needs to know about, let me tell you something else. And that is this morning and yesterday, I mentioned yesterday that the average U.S. household is experiencing price increases of approximately $250 a month because of inflation. Okay, probably because of tax inflation and inflation in general, and just higher everything. Okay, and with that in mind, knowing that, you're going, oh my God, that's $3,000 a year. $250 a month. That's $3,000 a year, and this is, for most people, this is after tax expenses. This isn't like pre-tax. It's not like you can say to the IRS in the United States, hey, look, I know I made $60,000 last year, or I made $28,000 last year. I made $17,000 last year. I made $5.8 million last year. Listen, my cost of living went up $250 a month because that's the average. I'm going to deduct $3,000 off my gross income and I'm just going to pay tax on the rest of it because the first 3,000, that's just inflation, man. I'm not going to pay tax on that. I mean, that would make it worse because in reality, a lot of you out there have to make $5,000 to clear $3,000 to pay for the cost of living increase. And so you should be entitled to a $5,000 gross write off, and not pay tax on it. Unfortunately, that's not in the cards. I don't see your favorite senator in your state or your Congress people proposing any kind of that thing like that. So, good luck with that one. All right. So, what do you do? Okay. So, break it down to this. Just break it down. Break it down. If it's $250 a household, um, and you're the head of the household, all right, or you're not, but someone in your household is the head of the household, all right. How do you combat this? If you divide that $250 into a typical month, we're talking about $8 a day. About $8 times 30 days is 240. $8 times 31 days in the typical month is 248. Of course, February is 28 days, so it's really going to cost you. It's like $9 a day. But there you go. So if you use the number of $8 a day, there's one area where you can cut that you are in total control of, but you have to want to do it, and you have to make adjustments to make this happen. Where do you cut $8 a day? And I'm talking about not spending $8 a day. Where can you not spend $8 a day to make up the difference? Because that's what's going to happen to some of you out there. Maybe not most of you watching me, because most of you watching me are you're all geniuses. You're all, smarty pantses. Some of you are simpletons. We all know that. We all admit that. We're all Seinfeld fans. We love the movie Die Hard, and we all have our favorite one-liners. We all admit that. There's no difference. But some of you have to cut $8 a day because you don't have the $250 a month more to keep your lifestyle as it was a year ago to today. And if inflation stays at the way it is, you're going to be paying another $200 a month, $250 a month a year from now, a year and a half from now, to maintain the lifestyle you have now. So you've got most likely cutting to do, unless writing options, through this channel and through all the folks who are talking about how to write options right over here. And you follow this crowd, winners. Again, these are geniuses over here. We're Uncle Bruce and the Intellectuals is what we're known as unofficially. We're Bruce Farmer, Uncle Bruce and the Intellectuals. Welcome to the club. So those of us who make money on the writing options, we have no problems. We are making thousands of more dollars every month than we used to, and so inflation, we don't care. But for those of you who are just casual observers of this channel, wondering what is this guy talking about? Who is this guy? You're gonna go, I don't know, Bruce. I think I'm gonna have to cut expenditures or something. Oh, tell me the secret to life. Back in 78, 79. The United States, Canada, and the Western world was really getting the crap kicked out of it. We were losing on everything. I remember even in 72, 73. I remember 72 was a great year in a way. Economically it was okay, but it was a terrible year because that was the Munich Olympics with the massacre of Israeli athletes. And that wasn't good. I remember one of the highlights of 72 was Team Canada, the hockey players of the National Hockey League, which are Canadian, played the Russians. And we won that series by the skin of our teeth here by a goal with 33 seconds left in the game. 8-game series won in the last 30 seconds. That was something. But in 73, the next year, I remember that year. That was a bad year. It was a bad year. And what was really bad was there was the oil embargo. This is where the Middle Eastern countries bandied together and they formed OPEC, made it a very active organization. And they got together and they said, screw the Americans and the Canadians and the Brits and the Germans and the French and all these bastards. We've been selling them our oil, here out of the Middle East since the 40s, the 50s and the 60s, and we've had coups and we've had takeovers, and the CIA is all over the place. And those capitalist bastards, we're going to show those buggers. And what they did is they first they tripled the price of oil. They went from like 250 a barrel, or they quadrupled it. They went to $10 a barrel. We're not selling oil under $10 a barrel. Screw you. And the second thing is, we're not even selling you oil. We're cutting you off. We're going to embargo. It's an oil embargo. And for the first time in, I don't know, ever, all of these pictures started to show up on the front pages of newspapers, and these images on our televisions, our black and white and our grainy televisions, and our brand new color TVs with, they weren't HD TVs, I'll tell you that. It was pretty grainy pictures even in color, but at least it was a color blurry picture instead of a black and white blurry picture. Color. We saw images of vehicles lined up at gas stations to get gas. We never have seen anything like it before. And people were waiting hours to get gasoline. And there were people who were idling their engines, waiting and waiting, and they ran out of gas while they were waiting for gas. So they had to then push their car the last 50 feet, 200 feet, whatever it was, one car length at a time. They push it forward to get it to the pump. And gas stations were running out of gas because the trucks with the gasoline weren't arriving. Big trucks supposed to arrive with unleaded or whatever, regular leaded gas at 3 o'clock, and it never showed up because the refinery was out of refined gas because they didn't get the raw stuff in because they weren't getting the raw stuff. And we were told at that time that the end was near. Boy, were we getting it in school. I was in high school at that time, and we were getting it from our socialistic teachers. It's okay. I loved our teachers. Loved most of my teachers. But they were saying, look, and they were right. Look, we've been just lazy as can be since we won the war. We're still so proud of ourselves in North America that we won the big one, WW2, that when we kicked ass, like as if it was us by ourselves, we kicked ass. And we were still living off the dividend, the Second World War dividend, and that one was, it's easy to make money. You create a machine to make things, and then you sell them and make money. The idea of robotics and efficiencies hadn't come into place yet. It was just the growing population meant more things were needed. So simple. The birth rate was exploding through the boom years. And so when you got lots of kids and you got lots of new consumers being created all the time, you've got a growing economy. And if you happen to be the greatest economy in the world, which is America, and Canada right beside you, going with you, you've got the North American economy just exploding with people and demand. Everyone's making money. Insurance people are selling more insurance policies on houses and cars, life insurance. The bankers are lending more money for more stuff. TV companies are making TVs because every house is going to get one. And then now there's a new phenomenon happening in the 70s and the 80s. You're not going to believe this. The new phenomenon, people want a second television. They want another one. They want the television in the living room, and they want another television in the master bedroom or in a rec room. What? 2 televisions in a house? Wow. Well, we have loans for those. It's no problem. We have home loans. We have consumer loans. So the bankers are going. The TV manufacturers were going. The food companies are just going. Get more cows in the fields. We need more milk. We need more cheese. We need more ice cream. We need more beef. We have more people to feed. We need to grow more wheat, oatmeal, oats, barley. Everything goes up because the population of the United States and Canada was growing. And we're young. We're young, and we want the things that the young want because we won the war. And by 73, we were still running that thing. Unfortunately, what we didn't pay attention to, because we weren't listening, was the fact that our parents, my parents barely survived the war. I mean, they were late teenagers when this happened, teenagers when it happened. But they were in their 20s and their 30s, and it was a go time, go time. But North America, the factory owners of North America who were in their 40s and 50s when the war ended, who had been making war supplies, now had to make consumer goods, and they did. They converted. Car companies went from making tanks and personnel carriers and jeeps and airplanes to making automobiles again, and those beautiful big fat V8 powered cars were everywhere. Even a Ford Falcon, which is a midsize, a two-door, they came with V8 engines. I mean, oh yeah, we had power, baby. We had power. We had the luxury, and here's a 350 cubic inch engine putting out 200 horsepower. I mean, this is incredible. 200 horsepower from a motor. By the way, today you can get a 4-cylinder engine putting out 250 horsepower. But back then it was the old blowing gas out the tailpipe stuff. Oh my gosh. And leaded gasoline. It was great. Just burning the leaded gas, and all of us kids just breathing in that lead air just to kind of clean out the sinuses. It was a wonderful time. Anyway, in 73, America, Canada, the United Kingdom in particular as well, we were fat. We were fat and lazy, and we were spoiled rotten. We were just the worst. It was give me, give me, give me. I want, I want. And the car companies and all the manufacturers were giving us what we wanted. And what we wanted was lazy lifestyle, all the luxuries in the land. We started to air condition our houses in the 70s. Unbelievable. We up and down my block as a kid, I saw homes putting in air conditioning systems. Unreal. In the summer, I used to hang out in the basement to stay cool. Now, go anywhere in the house. Wow, they were things happening. Yeah, we were fat and lazy, and we wanted that. We wanted that high-end lifestyle, that standard of living. We wanted it, and we were prepared to borrow to get it, and we did. And the country borrowed for the lifestyles as well. The countries borrowed to give their population the lifestyle they wanted, because we won the war, and we were still in this mentality of the victory dance, and it's great. In the meantime, Germany had everything destroyed. Japan, everything was destroyed. Italy, a lot of things were destroyed, but in Germany in particular, and in Japan, they had to rebuild from the ground, below the ground, and up. I mean, they had to rebuild infrastructure, like new sewage and water treatment systems, new electric plants, new grids. There were no grids, and whatever grids had been were so antiquated, they just scrapped it all, and we're going to build brand new grids. So over 20 years, from 45 to 65, these countries built the brand new world. And when they built a new factory, they had the presence of mind to go, well, we're not going to buy 1925, 1930 manufacturing tools and machines to make whatever we're going to make. We're gonna buy the latest, newest, greatest inventions for making whatever we're making. So if we're gonna make a car in Japan, we're gonna make a car with fewer workers, and we're gonna make a car at the highest quality we can at this point. And our cars are gonna last longer than other cars. In Germany, Mercedes coming off the line in '66, those cars were built to last 30 years. A Chevy Impala coming off the line in 1966 was designed to last 3 years, because in America and in Canada, we were buying a new car cash every 2 years. We didn't have car loans. We bought cars cash every 2 years because our middle class lifestyle, we only needed $2,500, $2,000 to buy a new car. Cars were like a dime a dozen, piece of cake. And so mums and dads were getting new cars every 2, maybe 3 years. That ended at 1973. It all stopped. dead in its tracks. And it was a rude awakening because it had been a good decade in the 60s for economic growth. It had been wonderful and it looked okay in the 70s, and then it didn't. And then we had the problem of many, many problems: high inflation, high interest rates. Gasoline went from 15 cents a gallon to 30 cents a gallon to 50 cents a gallon. I mean, it just went nuts. And all of a sudden, that eight banger, that eight cylinder car that dad had, that we had, the family car, dad had to fill that thing up. And it took 25 gallons. And at 15 cents a gallon, it was like $3.75 to fill up the tank. $3.75 to fill up the tank. I remember as a teenager buying $2 worth of gas for my Volkswagen, and that would last a week. Yeah, I'll take $2 worth, please. $2 worth, just $2 worth was our oil expression. Now all of a sudden, Dad had to pay 50 cents a gallon for 25 gallons. That's $12.50. That's four times the price. That's 4 times the price. This car is costing us a lot of money. We didn't get new cars every 2 years anymore. No. Interest rates now are 15%, 18%. We didn't get new cars. We had to borrow money to buy cars at 15% to buy a car. What? Houses were 12, 14% to hold on to a house. Everything got shut down. Everything got shut. We cut back. We cut back everywhere, because the middle class lifestyle began to shrink out, and the standard of living for North Americans began that precipitous decline and continual decline. And all the advancements we were making as mankind, as a genius species that we had, landing men on the moon in 1969. Are you kidding me? All those advancements were delaying the standard of living decline. We were getting more. We began to think about efficiency, a new modern technology, new office systems. Companies now began to think, can we run our company instead of with 2,800 employees? Can we run our company with 2,600 employees? Can we run it with 2,500 employees and make more? Can we make more with fewer people? And can we cut the cost of everything we make? Internal cost control to maximize our profits. We had never thought that way before. We had thought the old World War II way: bomb the opposition into oblivion and then do whatever you want because they don't have anything to compete against you. They have to buy your product because they don't have factories. Well, they have factories now in Germany, Japan, and everywhere else that got destroyed in the war. And a whole bunch of new countries are coming into the game with modern technological advances with their factories and their handling of people and their efficiencies. And North America was fat and lazy, and we were old school, and we were out. And I'm graduating high school. I'm coming into the brave new world, and it's my turn to get my share of the pie. And it's 18% inflation, and it's 12% unemployment, and I can't get credit. I can't get a car loan. I don't have a job. What? It's over. I'm looking at my dad going, what did you do to me? You were doing all right. And he's going, yeah, I was doing all right, but I'm not doing so all right anymore, because now we're worried about the mortgage renewal coming up in 6 months. We're not sure if we're going to be able to hang on to what we have. We may have to cut back on a whole bunch of stuff here. Holy crap, was that a wake-up call? Slap across the face. And it didn't stop. It didn't come. We didn't go back to the 60s. We never went back to the 60s. Never again. And then what we saw? Layoffs and factories shutting down everywhere, because a Kenmore refrigerator that used to be made in Ohio or Pennsylvania or whatever was now being made in Japan, or is being made in Mexico, or being made in South Korea. Where are your appliances made today that you have in your house? I bet you very few of you have USA made stuff, especially the components. Maybe the assembly of your stove is somewhere in the United States, but the parts that make up that stove are not made in America anymore. And those of us who are young, I'm looking at Chevrolets coming off the line, and Fords and Chryslers, and they're pieces of crap. They're garbage. These cars are shiny. Yeah, they're shiny when they're new, but oh, you should see them 6 months after they're in the snow in Ohio with the salt up there, and in Ontario, salted roads. You should see what a Chevy looks like in 2 years with 40,000 miles on it. It's got holes in it. The floors have holes in them. They rusted out. They were crap. I'm looking at buying a Toyota. I'm thinking of buying a Volkswagen. I'm thinking of buying a quality car. I'm not going to buy a piece of crap like that. That's what we were thinking. The next generation, the generation of the winners of the war, we were completely turning our back on our own country because we wanted quality for our money, because our money was depreciating in value every month. And we were going, what do I owe General Motors? I owe General Motors loyalty to their brand. They're making garbage. I'm not going to buy crap. No way. No, no. I was taught in school to get ready for the new world, I thought. And let me go back to the oil thing. The oil embargo come out, and we've got this unbelievable spike in prices of gasoline. And now we have to go to the station and give me $5 worth. Like I now have to put $5 into a car. My buddies who have V8 powered vehicles, they got to buy $5 worth of gas because we're going to burn off 10 gallons tonight. Why? Because the piece of crap these guys are driving gets 8 to 10 miles in the city of mileage. And we want to drive 30, 40, 50 miles tonight. We're going to burn off 3, 4, 5 gallons. That's $2, $3, $4 of the gas. $5 just makes it work. This is the new reality that's happened to us at that point. Now we are fast forwarding to 2022. Welcome to today. And what a world in which we live. We're still in turmoil. Still in turmoil. What we have had going on, but what we don't recognize as a complete, like all of us don't recognize. Some of us do. You who are here with me, you're the geniuses. Bruce and the intellectuals. You know exactly what's going on. But there's a lot of folks out there who do not know what's going on, and what they do not understand is that there's been a war. There's been a world war going on the last 2 years that we've all been in, and many of us don't understand it, don't realize it, because the reason we don't understand it is we haven't been drafted, we haven't had to go to boot camp, we haven't had to learn how to fire a gun, we haven't been shipped overseas to go fight in the war. We have had no country to point at going, it's their fault. We don't have the enemy like we had in the Second World War. The Second World War was really easy. You knew who the good guys were and who the bad guys were. The Germans knew that the bad guys were the Americans, the Brits, and anyone who didn't want to be taken over by Hitler. And the Americans knew who the bad guys were. They were anybody who was working with Hitler. So I mean, we had the lines drawn. It was really simple. You knew which side you were on, and you knew who the good guys were and the bad guys were. It was easy. We all bought into the program back in 1939, 40, 41, 42. The whole planet bought into the program. We all knew. And in the United States, what did Americans do? They accepted ration cards. You would get your ration card. And what did that let you do? It let you buy so much butter every week. It would allow you to buy so much sugar. It would allow you to buy so much flour. It would allow you to buy so much meat at the meat store. You had rations, how much gas you could buy, whether you could buy a car tire or not. If you could only buy so much over so much time. There were certain exemptions, and they were very strict. Everybody had to go with it. It was not a Democratic thing, a Republican thing, a commie thing, or whatever thing. It was just the war effort. We all had to do our part. In Canada, ration cards. In Britain, ration cards. In Germany, ration cards. Every country had it. And it was a standard way to fight a war. You had to give everything you had as a country to the boys who were fighting on the front lines to win the war. Well, we've been in a world war for over 2 years. We're still in the war. And we've been getting the crap kicked out of us in this war because we're not unified. We don't have ration cards. We don't have a united effort. A lot of us know who the enemy is, but many of us don't even believe there is an enemy in the world war that we're fighting. And yet, every country in the world is in the war. Every one of them. It doesn't matter whether you're a communist country, you're a capitalist country, you're a socialist country, you're in a war. Every country in the world is in the same war, fighting the exact same enemy. The problem is we can't identify the enemy by pointing at it. Well, there it is. Can't identify it. It's invisible. It's the virus, the pandemic. This is the war. This is the enemy. The problem is that when your country as a whole, and this is the case for every country on earth, your population doesn't believe that as a whole that there's a war going on, you've got problems fighting the war. You have problems winning the war because you have problems putting the assets at the war to win the war. And so this is where we find ourselves in 2022. And what else are we finding? Back to the beginning of the story, we're at 7%, 7.5% inflation, and it's getting worse. And it's costing each American family an average right now of $250 a month more than it used to cost to be the same family as a year ago, 2 years ago. What is the solution to the problem? And here is the answer. From 1976, 7, 8, that's kind of when I heard it. And I'd never heard this before from the source that I heard it from. Never heard this from the source I heard it from, as did the rest of the planet, and specifically Americans. Canadians also went, yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah, we were getting it from our leaders later. But this one person was the first person to say it out loud to our face, and we hated it. And we never forgave that person ever for saying it. And it was true. It's true then. It's true now. And it's true over so many areas. And oh, were we upset when we got this. And there were people, elders. Again, I was young. I was a teenager. There were elders who were seriously saying, you are a traitor to your country. How dare you say this? And what was it? Who was it? It was Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter, the President of the United States of America, a former submarine commander, naval man, 20 plus years of service to his country, politician, peanut farmer way back when, just a regular guy who moved his way up and became, by all flukes, amazing, became governor of Georgia, became the president of the United States because he came off as the only honest guy in the election of that previous year, that previous election. And what did he say? We have to use less. How dare you say something like that? You don't tell an American that you should use less. That is un-American. That is a trait. You are a traitor to this country. We're a country of more, more, more. What do you mean we use less? Explain yourself. And he would just come out and say, we have to use less, and we have to use less gasoline. We're a victim, and we're a hostage. Basically, we're a hostage to the outside world because we are not energy self-sufficient. We are addicted to oil, and we don't control our destiny when it comes to oil. We need oil from places where they don't like us very much. And there's reasons they don't like us. It goes back, way back, decades. It goes back decades. They never forget. Americans keep forgetting that in this 8-second attention span world that we're in, Canadians, Americans, and North American Europeans, we're in an 8-second attention world, okay? You forgot what I just said. We're in an 8-second attention world. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're in an 8-second attention world. We forget and we move on. We just want to move on. Every fall, we want to know what are the new television series to watch. Every fall, what are the new cars coming out look like? Every fall, every summer, every spring, what are the new fashions? What are the new hits? What's the new look? We don't have this mentality of, I'm never going to forget that. I'm never going to get that. We do, though. We have that in North America to a degree. We're good at remembering how to hate. We're really good at never forgetting that. But that's another story. But Carter came out and said, we got to use less. If we cut back and used half the amount of oil that we use now, we would not need to import a single barrel of this stuff. We could tell Saudi Arabia to go to hell. We can tell them to sit on that crap. We're not using any of your oil. We don't need a single barrel of it. We can say to Sudan and we can say to the Ivory Coast and Venezuela and our friends in Mexico, we could say, sorry, friends, we don't need your oil. We can say to our friends in Canada, our buddies just north of us who are supplying us with oil like you can't believe, we could tell them thanks, but no thanks. I'm glad you've got lots of oil. We have lots of oil. We've all cut back. And we don't have to send our dollars overseas to pay for this stuff. Dubai would not exist unless Americans drove inefficient cars and used up oil like crazy. There's 100-story condo buildings, 100 stories and up in Dubai. That is a common thing to have a 100-story building in Dubai. There are dozens of them. You ever been to Dubai? You ever been there? I haven't even been there yet. I've seen video and photos. I can't wait to see it myself. All that is there because of foreign currency. None of it is domestically generated money. That is all foreign generated. From what? From what? The sale of energy. And it's to the fat Western world. We are lazy saps and we are upset. What did I hear this morning? What have you been hearing on your news lately? I bet you've heard it. I'm not lying when I tell you you've heard this crap. You are hearing politicians in Washington suggest that you should start looking at cutting the gas tax so that gasoline is cheaper at the pump. Have you heard that one? It's out there. There are politicians out there who are thinking, oh, yeah, we got a midterm coming up. I got to get reelected here. So what can I do to get reelected? And I want to make Biden look like a crapola guy. I know. We'll talk about cutting the gas tax because taxes are too dang high for Americans. Rather than maybe use a gallon less a day and save yourself $4 or $5 a day. No. Let's cut the gas tax. What does the gas tax go towards? Oh, everything. There's the federal side, the state side, the municipal side. There's a lot of taxation in gasoline. What does it go for? Builds bridges, fixes potholes, the Highway Act, budgets, everything. But no. I have voters that I have to look after here. And I need votes. And what's a popular topic? Lower taxation. That's a popular topic. Well, let's reduce the gas tax. That'll be great. Well, Carter came out in 70 whatever, lasted one term as president of the United States. And at the end of the term, he was kicked out by Ronnie Reagan. And he came out, as I said, Carter came out and just told the American people the truth. And they didn't like it. They didn't want to hear it. Not from our president. No. Because if it came out from people below the president, you could poo-poo them. But if it came out of the White House, you kind of had to take it because you couldn't. I'm not going to believe this guy, but they didn't want to believe him. They didn't want to believe this guy. And Carter just came out and said, we're dropping the ball. We're fat. We're lazy. The war's over. The parades are over. We had our parades in 1945 and 46. We brought the boys home. We did the GI Bill. We built subdivisions. We put the Highway Act in the 50s. We got gas stations everywhere. We got big fat V8 cars. We have the higher standard of living. It's great. That should have lasted 5-10 years. It did, and it lasted longer. It was great. It kept going. But it's over. It's the 70s, man. It's going to be 30 years since the war ended. In 75, it was 30 years. The war was over 30 years ago. We've got to turn the page and become a modern country for the next 30 years. America wasn't ready. They didn't want to hear this. There were people in Canada didn't want to hear this. In Britain, they didn't want to hear this. And then the message came in loud and clear in the 80s and the 90s when every inefficient factory in North America and Britain shut down. And it wasn't the Japanese that shut them down. Who shut down the car plants in the United States and all the car parts makers and everybody else? The whole Rust Belt, the bankers, the bankers that were owed all this money from these companies, all these mortgages and all these production loans and these business loans. These bankers are saying, time to pay us back. We want to get paid back. We don't like the risk that we're sitting on here. The money that we're risking is Americans' money. We're risking our customers' money. Who's our customer? Bank of America's customer in 1985? Retirees from the war. The retirees from the Second World War had savings in their banks. They had mutual funds and they had ETF. They had all this stuff. The banks were babysitting this money. They were lending it out to keep making money. And the banks are going, we need to be paid back because we cannot extend loans to that car plant over there or that car part making plant over there or that refrigerator company or that stove maker or whatever the factories were, textiles and everything. We can't lend you any more money because you're getting your butts handed to you by the foreign competition that have snuck up on you guys because you are walking with blinders on. As these big, fat, successful entrepreneurs, you're not innovating, you're not investing, you're not growing. You're just enjoying the cream off the top, and now it's payback time. And so there were foreclosures, there were bankruptcies, there were many companies who reorganized. Chrysler went to the United States government, begged for a bailout, and got it. Lee Iacocca saved Chrysler by the skin of their teeth, paid the United States back. But what did Chrysler do to make it happen? How did Chrysler survive in the early 80s? They brought out a unforgivable vehicle, a vehicle that was so un-American that people wouldn't buy it because they felt it was foreign. They brought out 4-cylinder cars and 6-cylinder cars. Chrysler practically stopped producing vehicles with 8-cylinder engines. Unbelievably un-American. And yet the car sold like crazy. The K car, the Reliant, all of these LeBarons and what have you that came out. The Magic van came out with 6-cylinder engines. Unbelievable mileage. Families were getting 35 miles a gallon on a North American car versus 12 2 years earlier, 3 years earlier. Oh my God. Don't worry. Carter had long been knocked out of office by that point in time. Jimmy Carter was long gone. Reagan was in there, and Reagan got all the credit for saving America. But Carter said, if we didn't import any oil from these guys, we'd control our destiny, which would improve our balance of payments because we would be importing a lot less. Our exports will still be our exports. Our dollar would be higher against all world currencies like it used to be in the 50s after the war. But the American dollar was dropping in value against all the other currencies out there because the other countries were revving up and they were stepping up to the new ways of doing business. You could make a car with 10,000 employees instead of 25,000 employees, or you could create a factory making blue jeans with 300 employees instead of 3,000 employees. Well, guess who's going to make the money? The more automated factory is going to make the money. And they're going to invest in even newer equipment and get even further ahead, which put America further behind and further behind and further behind. And Lee Iacocca came out to the American public on television saying, I'm producing the best cars money can buy. We're backing the product. The United States never had a car with a warranty before. Never had a car with a warranty. Lee Iacocca comes out and says 4 years or 80,000 miles, I'm guaranteeing the powertrain of this car, the engine and the transmission. I'm guaranteeing it for 80,000 miles. That had never been done before. Volkswagen is looking at going, you're putting a warranty on a car? Our cars last 20 years. What are you doing? You're only offering a 4-year warranty on your garbage. Yeah, you better only offer a 4-year warranty because you try to go any longer than that, you're going to go broke because this stuff is still garbage. But for Americans, it was like, oh my God, a 4-year warranty on a car, I can't lose. I can go to my banker and say, I want a 4-year loan on my car because I have a 4-year warranty on this car. It means by the time I pay it off, it's still under warranty. You as a banker should have no problem lending me money for a car. And bankers said, yes, we'll lend you loans for 3 years, 4 years. We'll even go 5 years. If you put 20% down, I'll go 5 years because you've already put 20% of the price up front, and the remainder you're going to pay off over 5 years. By the time the last year comes along, all you're paying me is the last $1,500, and you can always get $1,500 for that piece of crap anyway. So I'm not at risk as a banker. Then we came up with car leasing. You can literally rent a car while you drive it, and it depreciates as fast as your loan depreciates. And at the end of the lease, you can buy the thing for $1,500 or sell it for $1,500, pay the loan off in full, and lease another car. This all was the way of the 80s and the 90s. The whole world changed. We finally woke up. The war is over. We won the war. Great. It's over. That's great. We got to move on. Today, it's 2022. You want to cut your cost of living by $250 a month to offset the cost of inflation and have a middle-class lifestyle? There's easy ways to do it. You want to help your country? You want to help your country's balance of payments? You want to make your country stronger? You want to help your fellow countrymen? Use 1 gallon of gas less a day. Figure out how to do it. That's all you got to do. Just buy 1 gallon less a day. Now, why would I say that? If the average price of a gallon of gas is $4, I'm just going to use a number of $4. Remember, this is $4 after tax money I'm talking about, money from your paycheck. That meant you had to make 6 to get that 4. So I'm helping you save $6 a day by using 1 less gallon a day. Well, that's $180 a month right there. That's a good chunk of the $250, isn't it? Yes, it is. And if you do use a gallon of gas less a day, you are driving less. If you're driving less, you're spending less. Because if you drive, you go from point A to point B, you're going to go spend money when you get there. If you don't go to point A to point B, you won't be spending money when you get there. If it's A, B, C, and D, you go to 3 or 4 places, yeah, you might be spending money at 2 or 3 or 4 different places. If you could do that once a week instead of twice a week or 3 times a week, you are going to save fuel. And if you save fuel, you're going to save money. And that's a good chunk of that $250. Some of you might be able to figure out ways to save 2 gallons a day because you're driving inefficient vehicles. Or there are two cars in the household. You're saving a gallon on this one, you're saving a gallon on that one. There's our $250 a month right there. I'm just saying, if America is not importing oil like it is now, if America can cut back just 1 million barrels a day less, and the planet uses 100 million barrels a day. If America cuts back 1 million barrels a day permanently of less fuel used up at $80 a barrel, or 90 bucks a barrel, what am I saying? $90 a barrel. 1 million, that's $90 million a day less that America spends to the outside world. 90 million a day. Every day of the week. You think about this. How much money am I talking about here? This is ridiculous numbers. 90 million in 10 days is 900 million. Multiply by 3, that's a month. 90 million, 2.7 billion a month. Am I right? 900 million, 2.7 billion times 12. Yeah, 300 billion, 350 billion a year is not being spent by Americans to other countries, to countries that don't like you. Mexicans love Americans. Saudis love Americans. They love the money, but not much else. UAE, they like Americans. They don't love Americans. They like them. Who else produces oil? Canadians. We love Americans because we are American. We're America light. We're American light with a little French on the side. But yeah, think about how much money would not be sent out of the country and how much of that cash would now go elsewhere within the country. That would make a hell of a difference. The US dollar would rise 15% in value right now, just like that. The buying power of Americans, the import costs would drop dramatically. Inflation would be wiped out. American inflation would be gone. Americans would not be sending out all this cash. There's less cash going out to others. It would clear things up dramatically. The only bad news I have for you is that you don't import a lot of oil from Russia and you don't import oil from China. Those 2 countries don't sell oil to America. If America could cut those guys off that way, that would be great. Unfortunately, America buys finished goods from China, and it doesn't buy much of anything from Russia because Russia is the 22nd largest economy in the world. It's a nothing burger as far as that goes. So we can't nail those guys. But Saudi Arabia and Libya and Algeria and you name all the oil producers, you name them, with all the governments you don't like and all the dictators you don't like, you cut those guys back by that much, they've got problems. They have got problems. Oil prices would plummet. Oil prices would plummet because a million barrels a day not needed because it's not being utilized would create a surplus every day. A million barrels a day more would pile up elsewhere, and you'll be full of storage facilities. Oil will have to be cut back in the Middle East. There will be instability over there because they'll be at each other's throats trying to keep market share. But America can sit back and go, "This is not our problem anymore." But that's the way it is. That's the answer. That's the action. That was those are wise words. And the amazing thing to me, and I'm very proud of him, he's still alive. He's still alive to this very day. He outlived everybody. He outlived Nixon before him. He outlived Ford before him. He outlived Reagan after him. He outlived George Bush Sr. after him. He outlived all the critics of the day. He outlived almost all of his cabinet. Usually presidents die within 10 years of leaving office, 15 years, because they're old, tired, they're beat up, there's nothing left. These guys are just basket cases. Modern technology keeps presidents alive now because of modern technology. And that's great. That's fabulous. But boy, it used to be back in the 50s and the 60s, they either died in office or they died a few years out of office from just, complications and all kinds of issues. And here's Jimmy, still going, almost 100, 90 something years of age. Incredible, just incredible. There's been close calls, but he just keeps going. And what did he do after leaving office? He started building houses for the poor, homes for humanity. That's what this guy did. That's what this socialist did. Not bad. Not a bad track record. Is he the greatest president of all time? No, probably not. Got dealt a pretty rough hand when the Americans got taken hostage in Iran. Um, but he was right. He was right. He said it to Americans' faces when America did not want to hear this, because America never wants to hear this. They never want to be told that they're screwing it up. They don't want that. They don't like that. And I get it. I understand. I get the hate mail. I get it. But, he did it. He came straight out and said that there's a crisis of confidence in this country. What president talks like that? It was a talking down. It was a dope slap across the face to wake them up. And those children of the Second World War did not want to hear this. They were not interested in this talk. But he laid it out on the line, and he put it out there. He paid the price. He became a one-term president. But, he's outlived them all. And here we are to this very day. And politicians to this day, right now, your favorite politicians, wherever you're from, I don't care if you're from Kansas, the prairies, the mountains, the cities, whatever, there are politicians amongst you folks that you've elected that are actually suggesting that there's the answer to inflation is to cut the gas tax. That's the answer to inflation. Let's just cut the gas tax, because that way prices are cheaper, and that way we can keep driving these big fat pickup trucks with those big V8 engines. We can keep those big trucks on the road, and America will be great. It'll just be great. Yeah, there you go. We've already released the reserve, the emergency reserve. You know what the oil reserve that's been released? You know what that's for? World War III. That's for World War III. In case there's an invasion of allies of the United States that can't supply it with oil, you have the strategic reserve. That's why it's called a strategic reserve. That's been released. Why? To keep oil prices down. Why? Because there's a midterm election coming up in November. That's why. And it's not working. Oil is at $90 a barrel. It was $80 a barrel when they released it. This oil, where's all this oil that's supposedly drowning the market? It's not drowning the market at all. At the pump, you're getting hosed. So if you want to screw the oil companies and you want to screw the refinery operators and you want to get back at these guys, there's only one way you can do it. There's only one way you can do it. You got to do what Jimmy Carter said: use less. When you go to the gas station, buy $10 worth of gas, $15 worth of gas, and make it last for 2 weeks. Unthinkable. I know for a lot of you couldn't imagine trying to do that. If you did that in numbers, you would bring the oil price down $10 a barrel in a week. In a month, it would be $65 a barrel. If America adopted that philosophy, the price of oil would crater and gas stations would be drowning in this stuff. There won't be lineups at gas stations. I can guarantee you there won't be any lineups at gas stations. It would be the greatest calamity to hit the oil industry of all time because it has never happened before. Americans have never voluntarily decided, screw you bastards, I'm not going to buy a full tank of gas every time I walk in here anymore. I'm guaranteeing I'm now going down to $10 every 2 weeks. I'm going to try to really cut back on gas usage. I'm really going to try and do it. That would create an incredible calamity. The US dollar would go up in value. The inflation rate would drop. Foreign countries would be befuddled to no extent. All the OPEC guys would not know what to do with themselves. They would be thrown a curveball they'd never envisioned. The Russians would be screwed because the Russians are addicted to selling oil at top dollar along with natural gas. If America started using less, like way less, Russia would be screwed overnight. And then they would have problems with their bankers. And that would stop war from happening because they couldn't afford to do it. Right now, Russia can afford to go to war because oil is at $90 a barrel because we're using it. We're using too much of it. That's how you stop war. It's kind of funny, isn't it? Kind of weird. Hadn't thought of that, have you? Anyway, I'm just an old guy. I'm just throwing you 66 years of experience. Because I can. And if you're listening and you like it, I appreciate it. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. But it is what it is. But Carter was right. And he was right. And the college students loved him because they were going, he's right. We should use less of this crap. My dad's driving a 454 cubic inch engine Chrysler Imperial, and that thing spews gas out of the pipe. It doesn't even burn. I mean, the gas just flows right through the whole system. It comes out the tailpipe when he floors it all the time. What a waste of energy this thing is. And it spews all this leaded fuel into the air. Things have changed. We've come a long way from an environmental point of view and efficiencies. Yeah, we have. We really have. The problem is that we have way more vehicles on the road today than we had back in the 70s. That's the off trade. The trade-off, I should say. It is what it is. Anyway, we're going to open for trading in 2 minutes. I should get back to the market. Thank you for joining me on the rant. I hope you don't mind it too much. By the way, I got a question for you today. It's out there. I think writing stock options is going to help me quit my day job. How do you feel about that question? We have 360 voters already, and it's almost dead even. It started with the first vote. The first vote was no. We were 100%. That is no way I can quit my day job writing contracts. That was the first vote. Now we've had 361 votes, and it's 49% yes and 51% no that I'll be able to quit my day job by writing stock options. It's a very interesting. If I'd asked this question 6-8 months ago, I bet you would have been 80% no. I'm sure it would have been. Thank you, by the way, for 222 thumbs ups already. You guys are absolutely incredible. I appreciate these thumbs up so much. YouTube appreciates it. YouTube will promote this show if you hit the thumbs up button. And the faster we get to 500 thumbs ups, the harder YouTube will promote us. And I thank you all for helping this channel get exposed and get discovered on YouTube. Thank you all very much. How you doing? Welcome. What's going on? It's nice to see you and nice to have you here. And like I say, what can I say? There's a lot of arguing going on out there and a lot of people wondering what's happening in the world and everything. Larry, by the way, thanks for the bells. Truckers are putting up protests, and other people are joining in and putting in their little 2 bits worth. It's a mess because we're back to the reality of the situation. We are in a world war, and there are some of us who don't believe it. And as long as 90 to 95% of the country is not on one side of an issue, if you have less than that, you have the bickering and disagreements, you lose the war. You will lose the war, or the war will stick around for way too long, and the casualties will mount. And that's exactly where we're at. And there you go. Anyway, how are you today? I hope you guys are all right. Hope you're staying healthy. Hope you're not getting ill. Hope you're being you're taking care of yourselves. Welcome one, welcome all to the show. I do note that we're open now, and I am showing the Dow up 41 points. In theory, the Dow was supposed to be down 150 at 2 in the morning when I woke up. 2:30. I couldn't go to sleep, or I couldn't stay asleep. We're down 150 points on the Dow. I thought, oh, here we go for another one. But we're up 60 right now. Here we are. We're up 10 on S&P, and we're up 43 on the NASDAQ. So we're green across the board. Oil is up $1.08 because we addicted to it. Can't stop using it. But welcome one and all to the channel. Rocket Lab's up 12 cents to 1040. Coming back a little bit. SoFi is up 51 cents, back to 12.90. It's nice to see that. We were at 13.20 yesterday, I think it was. Good to see it back to 12.84 right now. GameStop 124.04, up $1.50. It's not like going to the stratosphere or anything like that. We were between 122 and 124 here at the moment. Volume of 79,000. There's no volume here, so GameStop has no reason to stay here. From a news perspective, official something coming out, nothing. Even from its trading range as of late, it's had a run all the way to 131 yesterday, 124 now. The stock should be easily back to 110.15 for a profit taking, but it's not doing it. Why is it not doing it? I think there's something else going on, and maybe I don't know. Maybe there's a nibbler nibbling up the stock here, trying to acquire it without making it look like they want it. I don't know. I'm not so sure. Sellers are not in a hurry to get out. Can you tell? We're at 125.50. We don't have a wave of panicked people getting out. We were down to 80 something a share 2 weeks ago. Now we're 125. That's almost 50% higher than where we were in the last 30 days. Something's going on. Anyway, we'll keep an eye on this. This is the early opening. Those of you who are thinking of rolling over, stay tight. Don't move. Don't twitch. Don't even move. Just keep your arms locked and just wait. Let's get this first hour out of the way, see what's going on here. AMC 1896. That's probably why GameStop's being helped. It's the stock's up 18 to 1896, got up to 1912 on 2.7 million. We'll see how AMC keeps performing. They did break 20 yesterday. They were almost 21, but they couldn't get there again. So we'll have to see how AMC performs this morning. If it falters, if AMC falters because it doesn't look likely like it's going to do 100 million or more volume today, if the volume is going to be 60, 70 million or less, AMC might be down to 1650 today, maybe 1550. If that happens, then GameStop will go down to 110. So let's watch that, okay? It's early. Matterport, 869 up 16 cents. 23andMe is down 32 cents to 465. We have to get the first hour out of the way on this one. The earnings came out last night. They've made improvements. They're growing. But then there's also the will they ever make a lot of money and when and how much do I have to wait? All the other stuff. So 462. We got to let ME flush itself out. Let's see what happens there. Now 467, so it's a little better. Spire, $3.30, up 7 cents. Thank you. Keep coming. ATIP, 287, down 3, waiting for that for a turnaround. That is just under the 3 mark. It seems to recover back to the 3 mark fairly easily now. We need a breakout like Spire seems to be on the edge of a breakout. We need that to happen. Sextera down a penny at 11.90. Smart Rent 9.15 down a nickel. So it's early days, very quiet on some of these issues. Robinhood up 30 cents. Vanik is up 4 cents. Talk about quiet. Home Depot up down 52 cents. IBM down 14. Microsoft up 40 cents. Apple down 11. Goldman Sachs down 330 a share. Those of you who've written contracts, the 370s, 375s, you've got to be looking good. There's always opportunities to take trades, but keep an eye on the market. Cisco down 6 cents. Facebook up 124. Amazon down 19.50. Make that 24.89 on Amazon. We just took a shot down. Tesla up 239. Google down 229. Bed Bath & Beyond up 13 cents. BlackBerry down a penny. Royal Caribbean down 14 cents to 87.69. Ridiculous. That is way too high. Walmart up 44. Costco down 2.15. Nvidia down 66 cents. So not much to get fired up on. The Dow down 15.9 points. The Dow is down 9 points. Rocket Lab is up 4. SoFi is up 45. That buy recommendation came in on SoFi from Bank of America. Plus, ME got a buy recommendation. It was an outperform recommendation for ME, just so you know. Credit Suisse this morning gave it maintained their outperform rating. They've changed their target price from 14 to 11. So they're giving ME an $11 target price. My hunch is like everybody else, all these other analysts, exactly the same game plan. You lower your price target as the stock backs off, and then when the stock comes back to your new target price, you raise the target price again. So ME, hey, if it goes to 11, are all of us happy if it went to 11 in the next 2 weeks? Yeah, we'd be thrilled. And if they then move it up to 14, great. But let's get it to 11 first. Yes, I agree. ME, 456 down 41 cents. Okay, GameStop up $1.36 now to 123.83. We're backing off. We hit 125.85. That was the high, and we've had 148,000 volume. We do not have a 2 million share buy wave coming into GameStop. There's nothing going on. There's nothing official. There's nothing really unofficial. This is not serious buying coming into this stock. It's just not. And so we're 123.90. We're still up 143. I'll give it that. But we're not setting new all-time records here. 125.85 was the high just for a second, probably a trade or two. And we're now 124.38 right now. That's where we are on GameStop. 124. Now 124.63, up $2 at this point. SoFi 13.07, coming back to 13 where we were. Nice to see that. If any of you were able to buy back your $15 calls last night, way to go. And you might get ready to write 15s again. It all depends on how much this wave goes. Super Bowl is Sunday. You may or may not want to sell calls today on SoFi. You may want to wait till Monday. We'll see. Rocket Lab up 12 to 1040. The Dow back up 54 again. It went low, went back. GameStop is up 209. AMC now 18.77, up 18 cents. It has backed off from the high of 1912. The low is 18.50. 4.4 million traded in 8 minutes. We'll watch for AMC for sure. Matterport up a dime. ME now 461, down 36. Spire up 2. ATIP down 1. Smart Rent down a dime. Sextera down a penny. There you have it. 73-point gain on the Dow. Welcome one, welcome all to the show. Bruce and the intellectuals are here with a few simpletons thrown in for good measure. It's nice to have you. Nice to see you guys. Welcome all of you to the show, the channel. Those of you who are subscribers to this channel, I thank you very much for that. Those of you who have become members, you guys are awesome. There are 2 membership levels here. We have the $9.99 a month level, which is like 30 cents a day. Thank you. You can comment over here all you want with that. Those of you who are Gold Bagel family members, these guys right here, the creme de la creme of this channel. It's $25 a month to do that, but you get a couple of extras. You can always comment here, of course. You can comment here, but you also get your own show every morning before I do this show. I do a quick 15 minute little trade update for you 5 days a week when the markets are open 5 days a week, and Wednesday nights, 8 o'clock. Prime time with Uncle Bruce for Gold Bagel family members. So you actually get 6 added perks a week, which is at least 24 a month added perks to this one perk here for the $25 donation. And I thank you all who've done this. It means the world to Jennifer and I. It makes such a difference. Keeps us on the air, and we thank you for that. So thank you, all of you. I have classes available if you want to know how to write options. That's on my website, stockmarkerswithbruce.ca. Check out the tab, probably up there. It says classes. And check out learn how to write stock options. Learn how to write options and enjoy shrinkage. Unlike George Costanza, who doesn't like shrinkage, you will love it. You will love stock option shrinkage and make money from that. And if you'd like to have a one-on-one session with me to talk about it, talk about your account, talk about how you're trading, talk about the markets, talk about life itself, you can always hire me for a 1-hour private session. Saturdays and Sunday mornings is when I do it. 10 in the morning Eastern, noon Eastern, and 2 in the afternoon Eastern time. So I guess there's a morning session, a noon session, and an afternoon session, a little of everything. 6 openings a weekend. At the moment, I think 2 are gone. I got a couple left. If you'd like to do one of those, send me a private email at brucefrummert@hotmail.com. The address is right here. It should also be down below in the description. You can send me a message. Say, Bruce, I know you charge $400 for 1 hour, U.S. money. Charge $400 an hour U.S., but I want to talk to you for an hour. I want to be uninterrupted. I don't want the market in the way. I don't want anybody else around here. It's us, and it's just it's like we're in Vegas and it stays in Vegas, just us. Because I know that within 15 minutes of you telling me what to do and how to do what I'm doing, keeping me from making mistakes and doing it the right way, I've already recovered $400. I'm going to make thousands of dollars by listening to you for 15 minutes, but I get an hour. Let me know if you want to do that. Send me that message. If you want to go to my website, there it is right there, stockmarkerswithbruce.ca. Head on over there, check out those classes. You can buy one class for $100. There's 11 classes. 11. Enjoy yourself. They're 2 hours long each, so you got 22 hours of classes you can choose from to learn how stock options work and how you can write them and make money. You want to become self-employed? That might be your answer. That might be the ticket to get you out. So check it out. Let me know. We'll see what happens. We're up 54 on the Dow. Rocket Lab down 3. SoFi up 54 cents. GameStop down 37 cents to 122.10. Is this the beginning of a major decline? Maybe. AMC's down 11. So it's given up the gain already. It took 13 minutes to go red. That wasn't happening yesterday. We went way up in those first few hours on both of these stocks. We're red right now. So let's see if there is selling coming in. We'll find out. The Dow's up 40, 47. So it's good, but not great. It's remember, we lost 500 points yesterday. We're getting nothing back. This is nothing back. We're up half a point on S&P, and we're down 17 on NASDAQ. So the selling will continue. This inflation thing is real. This is not pretend. It's real. So there may be more shrinkage on stock prices, and GameStop is doing very well. And so it can give up some ground because it's doing very well. It has fat to trim back to 110, I'd say. We're at 121.93, down 54. Keep your eye on that, as I will, and we'll see what's going on. Okay, guys? Thank you. Thank you for being here. Nice to have you here. It's great to have you going through here. Is Spire halted, or is it just me? Spire is 323. I have it unchanged at the moment. It's traded 34,000. The low is 321. The high is 330. It's a 9-cent range. We're at 323 at the last trade. So I don't know if that's halted. It doesn't look like it. But if anybody knows anything about that, you tell me, and I'll pass it on. We're up 75 on the Dow, a little improvement. Rocket Lab just went up 3 cents. SoFi up 52. GameStop improving back to 19-cent gain. AMC is up a penny. Matterport down 2. ME down 33, the 3.3. Spire still shows unchanged. ATIP down 3 cents. Smart Rent down 20. Sixtera down 7 cents. Okay. So we're going to get these swings and we'll see what direction everything goes at here. GameStop is trying to bounce back. It's at 123.65, up $1.18, but this could be a dead cat bounce. Let's see what's going on. All in the know on Peloton. How low will it go? Hey there, Nick. How are you, pal? Nice to see you here today. Nick is short this stuff, and he wants to make money on the downside. I think that's the way to bet on this negative, where it's 36.53 now, down 93 cents on that Peloton. So it is moving the right direction for Nick. It got up to, what, 40 the other day or something like that. So I'm glad to see it pulling back here as it has. Can I tell you exactly what? No, can't. I can see here. Oh yeah, it hit like 40 something a couple days ago. Now we've backed off, so that's good. Where will Peloton go? That is the question. We've come from 25, I guess. 24, 25, $25. That was last the third, fourth of the month, little over a week ago. And we topped up into the very high 30s, into the 40 range, and now we're back to 36.56, and we're backing up. I think we can go lower. I just think that if there were a takeover coming on Peloton, we would have heard about it by now. We would have strong indications that company so-and-so is interested, but we're not getting that. By the way, GameStop is now up 337 to 125.84. It refuses to give up ground right now. We'll wait and see what it wants to do. Yeah, we'll figure it out. SoFi Technology started a buy with a $17 stock price target from B of A. That came out 7 minutes ago on a headline on MarketWatch. I saw this announcement 30, 40 minutes ago. SoFi is at $13 a share right now, up 61. So it's a delayed reaction to news we already know, but that's good. We're happy to see this news. We'll go from there. My poll question is out today. Have you seen the poll question, you guys? Here it is. I think writing stock options. I used the wrong word here. I should have said is going to help me quit my day job. Writing stock option or could help me quit my day job. I use the term, I think writing stock options are going to help me quit my day job. I'm not sure if that's very good use of the English language. But nonetheless, you understood the question. You know what it is I'm asking you. There are 425 of you who have responded to this question, which is fabulous. 431 now. 49% are saying, yes, Bruce. Yes, writing stock options. As you have been telling us and explaining to us and using the courses on your channel for your website is definitely going to help me quit my day job. I'm definitely on the way to quitting my day job because options premiums coming in from writing call options is going to make it work for me. I am excited about the future of this, and I am interested in pursuing it. 51% are going, you're out of your mind, man. There's no way. There's no way I'm going to be able to quit my day job writing stock options. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. So it's kind of a, very close, 49, 51%. Get your opinion in there. What do you think? Do you think that writing stock options, following this channel, listening to and watching what these other folks are writing about over here and taking my courses and joining me on Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock and becoming one of these guys right up here, one of these incredible Gold Bagel family members. Do you think this is the way it might work for you, that you could actually consider quitting your day job and doing this as a living instead? 49%, that's pretty high stuff. That's pretty cool. I'm excited to see that. That is really amazing. Like I said, I don't think that this would have been the thinking. I don't think this would have been the thinking 3 or 4 months ago. I don't think it would have been this strong. I don't think there have been that much people. But yeah, Abrams said definitely. Oh yeah. I think so. Anyway, there you have it. What can I say? What ain't going to help you quit that day job? Gambling or buying options, unless you're one of the very lucky few. There you go, good. Let's see. I think that people voting yes have thousands of shares, says Michael. And what else? Michael DQ says, Michael, or terrible day jobs. Those are the ones who are going to quit. Anyway, Coyote, okay, the poll didn't say quit your day job today. It's the concept and logic of writing cover calls that he's talking about. As in one day, you can get to that point. That's right. That's what I'm saying. It will help you towards quitting your day job. That's the question. Do you think that writing call options could theoretically, as you get more experienced and get better at it, do you think it could someday get you to quit your day job? A lot of you think so, and I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right that it can. Uncle Bruce, wasn't it that the poor man's was a way to do it? Yes, that's part of it. That's writing call options. Yeah, there's Coyote. I voted yes, and I do not have 1,000 shares in a stock, and I voted yes. There you go. It's a logical question, says Coyote. You simpletons out there, and you geniuses, you intellectuals. It's a logical question. Well, there you go. Thank you for the support. GameStop 124.88 up 240. AMC now at $19 up 41 cents. The Dow up 166 points. It's definitely taken a shot higher. We got S&P up 20 and NASDAQ up 54. So we have a little dead cat bounce or some kind of a technical bounce from that 500-point drop yesterday on the Dow. That's kicking in right now. It is 21 minutes into the opening. Maybe the selling is dried up and we've got a nice little rally here. Or we have a rally that will fizzle out and we will go lower yet again. I don't know. Chris, when SoFi takes off, I'll be writing cover calls on that. Hope to make a few quid from that. There you go. Michael, I voted yes and I have a couple thousand shares of stuff. Uncle Bruce sold 4 $3 Spire calls for May, and I bought 5 $4 Spire calls for August. I hope it goes well beyond 450 a share by then. So sold. So I'm kind of wondering, AB, did you do a rollover? Like you were long the calls, so you sold them for May, and now you've rolled into $4 contracts going for? I'm assuming that's what you've done, and I think that's it. I don't think you've done these simultaneously. I think you did the one, and then you did the other to reposition yourself. Thumbs ups from me, man. Thumbs ups from right over here. Way to go. GameStop up 196 to 124.43. AMC at 19 bucks. I have no day job. I voted no. One cannot give up what one does not have. Coyote, some kind of dead feline-like creature. Why are we having a Green Friday? Mama Babe wants to know. I don't know. Coyote, it'll help you quit your day job. Yes. Will it help you quit your night job? Never. You will never break free from the night. There you go. Uncle Bruce, what is the significance of option monthlies like today versus weeklies? Is there usually more volume or movement of stock prices since mid-long-term plays are at stake? The third Friday of every month is the most important Friday of every month for options. That is the traditional Friday of every month that options used to expire. Way back in the 70s, options used to expire every quarter on the third Friday of every month, every quarter. Then they came up with monthlies for years, like 15 years. It was just monthlies only. No such thing as weeklies. Then they came up with weeklies. So now we have weeklies, monthlies, and quarterlies, but I don't think anyone trades in quarterlies anymore. I think there are still stocks that go monthly, but eventually go weekly. And we have some that are now bi-weekly or tri-weekly. We have like Monday, Wednesday, Friday expiries on some of these spiders and stuff. I tend to stick to retail stocks and look at weeklies and monthlies. I prefer weeklies. I prefer that as a feature, as an option, as a choice people can make to write calls against. But some stocks have not yet gotten to that level, and they only have monthlies. Anyway, you have to decide for yourself what works for you. Yeah, I rolled into August, says AB. Way to go, man. Way to go. Charlie, Jimmy Carter is a great human being, but a horrible president. Well, he was kind of busy, and he had a whole lot of crap he had to deal with. He also inherited the White House, the leftovers from Ford Nixon. He got that on his plate when he took over. Oh, did he inherit a basket case of a White House after those years? Oh my gosh, that was bad. But Americans and history can be unforgiving, and it is okay. It's all right. It's Jimmy accepts it. Jimmy will be all right. You know he'll go with the flow. The record is the record, and his presidency is a presidency. It's undeniable. The guy came from nowhere to beat out some big name politicians, denied Ted Kennedy the nomination of the Democratic Party, which was unthinkable because the thinking was that Ted would automatically get it if he ever wanted to run, and it didn't happen. Didn't happen. Never happened, actually. It never happened. Anyway, there you go. And let's go. Max, Uncle Bruce, I sold $3 Spire calls a while ago, and I'm also rolling into August. Right on, man. Nicholas Bruce, I am thumbs up number 310 for you. 310 already. We have 310 thumbs ups on this show already. Wow, 317 from you guys. Thank you guys so much for throwing those out there already. Where are we at here on this poll question? I think writing stock options are going to help me quit my day job. 49% are saying yes out of 460 votes. 51 are saying, I don't think so. 460, I already got 460 votes on the poll question. That is amazing, you guys. Thank you for being here doing that. Thank you for 326 thumbs ups already. Thank you for doing that. 531 intellectuals are here right now live. Thank you for being here. This is great. Love it. AB says, I added one more contract on the rollover too, because now I got more. Way to go, man. Way to go. Way to go. I'm trying to ignore politics, says Charlie. Gowdy, I liked Carter. He installed solar panels on the White House. He did. He asked Americans to dial back the rabid consumerism. Americans know they don't like that. And now look at him helping others in his 90s. He talked about turning down your heat in your house. Wear a sweater this winter. Wear a sweater and turn down the heat. Conserve highways, 50 mile an hour, 55 mile an hour zones on highways. Reduce the speed of autos to improve mileage. Bring out higher mileage standards on cars. Turn into unleaded gas from leaded gas. Americans hated all of it. They hated every single thing he was talking about doing. And it was pretty good advice, but it took a while to kind of, it happened in a way. Highway speeds went up again. We all know that, but cars became a lot more efficient very quickly after his presidency. Like I said, by the 80s, every car manufacturer produced shorter cars, lighter cars, smaller engines, more efficient engines, fuel-injected motors instead of carburetors, independent suspension instead of solid axles, posi track instead of spinning wheels out of control, front wheel drive instead of rear wheel drive for better traction and handling. It slowly came around. It took a while, but boy, did hundreds of thousands and millions of Americans lose jobs through the 70s and the 80s. Oh, did they ever get kicked? Because you guys were out. Your America was on the outside looking in when it came to efficiencies and profitability and automation. But that's the way it was. That was then. Jimmy's a great humanitarian. Jimmy is liking all this Jimmy chatter. Smoke Dog, I'm just waiting to be number 420, Bruce. I want to be thumbs up number 420. Well, I thank you for that. We're already at 339 thumbs ups, and that meter is climbing quickly. Thank you, guys. We now have 472 people on the poll question answering the question. 49% of you think that you'll be able to quit your day job not too long from now writing call options. I think that's exciting. I still remember sitting in the gas lines. I was extremely young, but I remember it, says Charlie. Farmer T is saying we have 460 votes on that poll. We going to 326 thumbs ups. What's with you guys? Well, thank you. Karim, penny spread from ask to bid indicates what exactly? Liquidity is one thing it'll indicate. He was ahead of his time, just too early. He was definitely ahead of his time. Cindy, I still remember that. I think I was 64. Charlie Carter was a nice guy, probably too nice to be president. He had integrity. Yeah, he also discontinued stuff like if you went on the presidential plane, Air Force One, they didn't give away complimentary gifts anymore. Everybody used to get like playing cards and swizzle sticks and napkins and cups, all with the logo of the president on it. That would be Americans, taxpayers going to freebies. He stopped that. He stopped it. Put the solar panels up there. Reagan ripped them out. As soon as he became president, he ripped out the solar panels. That's the first thing he got rid of. Anything to do with Carter, anything to do with the cutting back for America. He stopped that right now. Right, let's stop that right now. That's un-American. Well, really, I'm really happy that I have a hybrid with this happening. But I was wondering this morning if we all had solar panels with electric cars that you could charge at home, way less need on gas. Yeah, that's right. See, the talk years ago was that there would be no way that we could produce enough electricity from our solar panels to power our homes and or our cars. And the actual answer for solar panels actually is what we should have are solar panels, and in our garages or in our basements or wherever, we should have a battery pack that can store the energy from solar, and enough energy in the battery packs for, say, 3 days of average use for an American household. If we all did that so that the panels got turned on, and the first thing they did, and the only thing they did, was to store 3 days of electricity in the battery systems, so that if the power ever cut off from the grid, that instantaneously our power would revert into the battery system and we would drain power from there. That would give every household 3 days of emergency use of power. That's the first thing that should be done, and that should be done now, but it's not being done. What's happening is we're installing solar panels, or they're being installed, and then they're connected to the house to supplement power needs, so the house doesn't use power from the grid. But then if the house doesn't need as much power as it's generating, then power is sold back to the grid for a credit. And this is the big hoopla going on between power companies and solar installers and municipalities and states, because the power companies are going, hey, we got all these poles and these wires and all these people who handle all this stuff to make it all work. And we're giving these people retail price for power when we have to pay wholesale prices to make it before we get the retail price. It would be fair if we could buy power from people's homes at wholesale, not at retail. But the solar company is saying, if you do that, you disincentivize them. They won't do it. This way, people will install power if they know they can get the retail price. It's not enough that you're making your own power and saving from the electric company at retail. Homeowners also want the retail price if they give them power, sell them power. Well, I agree with the power company. I think you should get a wholesale price if you sell power to the power grid. And you should really have battery systems to store. And the ultimate screw you to the ultimate power sources are if communities like this complex I'm in right here. I'm inside this 1,280 condo complex. If all of these condos had solar panels and the power from the panels went into a battery storage system that like every 20 condos, there would be battery packs set up, or however we did it. All the power generated would go into battery storage, and there would be like a month of power stored inside this complex. This complex could run every night just on its battery power, and all day off the solar battery and solar system. And we could be cut off from the grid. The grid could be shut off. We wouldn't be in it at all. And we would only run on solar with battery backup. That would be the ultimate. Theoretically, if you were still connected to the grid, you'd have emergency power if you needed it, but You really wouldn't need it if you have battery systems big enough to store the power, because there would be more power generated by these solar panels than needed. So you would have 30-day supplies always on hand, a full month plus solar. So if it's rainy out for a week, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And if homes need to be upgraded or solar panels replaced and replaced, doesn't matter. We have 30 days of power to handle even that on a rotating basis. That's the future. And then you wouldn't have to have all the power poles, all the transformers, and all those guys handling all these power sources from hundreds of miles away. If community after community after community did that, we would then become regionalized and localized power source developers. We would have our own little mini power plants in our own homes combined. And in theory, you could still be connected to a grid that would supply power to retail and factory needs in the area, but they too would have solar power on top of their roofs and battery storage systems. But it's a very complicated thing. It's not easily solved like this. As far as cars go, yeah, cars use power, obviously. But what's happening is the solar panels on roofs are getting better. They used to be 100-watt solar panels. Now they're 300-watt. They're going to 500. Soon they'll go to 900. Soon they'll go to 1,500-watt panels. In the same space that used to create 100 will create 1,500. This is getting better and better and better and better. And as that continues to grow out, all cars can be solar powered from home when you come home. You plug your car in, and the power comes from the battery in your house that has been storing up battery power all day long. And the car will be powered up in an hour, shuts off. And if it's still daylight, power comes in. If it's night, you keep going on battery. Next day, the sun comes up, and the sun is generating more power than the house needs. The batteries get recharged again, and you're good to go. Drive the car all you want, come back, plug it in. Plenty of power. That could be the future. It could be. We'll see if it will be, but it could be. Hello, Jen. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I was wondering, when are we going to run out of this? Are these from outside?
This is from the tree outside.
Is it sweet? Are they sweet?
It's not a ruby red sweet,
No.
but it's not sour. Give it a try.
We got these grapefruits growing on a tree outside our house.
I don't know what it's going to be like if you just had a drink of Coke.
It's not like bitter.
No.
Those ruby reds from Texas, though, are so sweet.
They're so sweet, yeah.
They're incredible.
But we just don't get the same cold nights that Texas gets to make the ruby reds.
I suppose. Although, I don't know, maybe we get into the 40s, but...
No, they need to get
30.
cooler than that to turn the outside orange and to turn them nice and red inside. But it's not bad.
Not bad at all.
And it's very juicy. Holy cow.
Yeah. Really.
And our landlord here is he's pretty smart, that he's using it's a cage kind of thing on a pole that you use to put in pot lights. And it's really effective to pick that one grapefruit. Yeah. If I had to do a whole tree, I think I might lose my mind. But to pick one,
piece of cake, right?
Piece de gâteau. Yeah.
Incredibly juicy.
See, look how much juice is in it. You have to drink that juice. Drink that juice.
That's for you. That's for you, dear.
Oh.
That's for you, dear.
That's the good part.
That's for you, babe.
You left that for me?
Oh, I left it for you. We're only up 50 cents on GameStop, by the way. We're on 23 a share right now. AMC up 14. We've been talking here about... I teased everybody because I'm a smart aleck, but I teased everybody. And I think most of my viewers pretty well quickly figured out what I was teasing them about.
Okay.
But I told them that I was going to give them some advice that I heard for the very first time in my life around 1976, 77, 78, in that range. It's when I heard.
Don't run in platform shoes.
Nope. No. That actually would have been early 70s. Yeah. Platform shoes were 72, 73. Yeah, okay. Those of you who never wore platform shoes as a guy, I can tell you, we wore platform shoes. in the early 70s, and we
With
instantly
bell bottoms.
popped up. We instantly popped up 2 inches, 3 inches in height with bell bottoms. Yeah,
Yeah.
but no, I had this. I gave them this piece of advice that I learned in the 76, 77, 78 range. Kind of when we
Was it something I told you?
No,
Something my father told
no,
you? Oh.
no. So I then went into the story about how we had the oil embargo in '73.
Oh,
and
I know what
how,
it is. It was a bumper sticker.
No,
No? Oh,
no.
we had bumper stickers.
This is fun. Well, let's see how long it takes Jen to get this.
It
So
said, "Let the Eastern freeze in the dark."
no, that wasn't it. No, that wasn't it. When this came out, we had already suffered the oil embargo in '73,
Okay.
and we had already we began to note that, oh my God, we still have the mentality in North America that we won the war, the big WW2,
Yeah.
and we were still living off of the benefits of that.
Right.
And we were still using factories to produce goods that we had been using for 30, 40, 50 years. They were used to be used to make armaments and military stuff. Now they were being used for civilian, what have you. And our cars were getting bigger and bigger and heavier with bigger engines. Your father loved his Galaxy 500. When I met your dad, he was driving a 76 Capri or Impala that had a 350 in it at least.
A couch on wheels.
And it was like 8 to 10 to 12 miles to the gallon. It was a
Yeah.
gigantic machine. Even he admitted how inefficient it was. And it was a piece of crap. He admitted it. It was garbage. But in those days, from the 60s and whatnot, we used to get new cars every 2 years.
Right.
Because middle-class Americans did so well economically, and cars were so cheap that we could afford to buy new cars every 2 years cash.
Right. And there was a great used car market.
Well, there was the kids who would buy you sell your car for $500. You bought for $2,000.
Yeah.
You only had to come up with $1,500 to get a new car. Well, heck, 2 years, $1,500, no problem. Moms and dads are getting a new car every second year.
Yeah.
But then we got this message.
And there was a slogan that you remember.
Well, it was a slogan. It was a message. It was it was advice to North Americans, and it was really to Americans, to our friends here in the States.
Buy American. Don't buy those Japanese autos.
No. Okay. It was a message Americans didn't like.
Oh.
They didn't like this message, and they did not want to hear any more of this kind of talk. And it kept coming, and it kept coming, and it kept coming at them, and they got upset. And where it was coming from, it was utterly unacceptable from the source of this messaging. That was even the worst of it. Let alone the message itself wasn't foreign to an American to hear this, but where it came from was unacceptable in the psyche of the United States at that time.
No, not
you still don't know.
No.
It was when obviously oil prices skyrocketed, gasoline prices went up nuts.
Yes.
When you and I were together, we were paying, I think, 62 cents a gallon Canadian for a gallon of gas.
Not a
when
clue.
5 years earlier, we would have been able to buy gas at 15, 20 cents a gallon.
Okay.
But thankfully, we were driving the Volkswagen, and so we could put $5 in there and go for ever, because we were getting 30 miles to the gallon with that thing.
Yeah.
But my buddies who had V8 engine Gran Torinos, heavy Chevys, these guys they had to put in $5 a night to put in gas, or $2 a night. We'd put in $5 a week to put in for gas. Anyway, it was Jimmy Carter that went on national television.
And said he had lusted in his heart.
No, he told Americans. No, that was a Playboy interview. Yeah. That's not on national primetime television as president.
It was that he had said that.
He had said it, but that wasn't the message, and that wasn't what upset America necessarily so much. Maybe the Bible Belt, but no, the message was we have to use less. We have to learn to use less.
Oh.
And America didn't want to hear that.
Not to be the consumers.
Yeah, we shouldn't be burning as much oil as we are. We are driving inefficient cars. We have inefficient factories. We have inefficient lifestyles. We are wasters of everything. Our
We're making
homes,
filthy
our
water.
homes are heated in the winter, and the heat just escapes through all kinds of spots. In the summer, we air condition our homes, and the cold air just seeps out, and the hot air seeps in. We are so inefficient as Americans at business and in our personal lives and in our vehicles and everything. We are killing ourselves. We are totally disadvantaging, taking advantage of our world, and we are under the world standard. And Americans did not want to hear a president talk like that. Not at all.
Right.
American presidents are supposed to say everything is great. We have the greatest country in the world. God is on our side. That's what Americans expect the president to say. No way should a president ever criticize his own fellow mankind.
Sometimes
But
you
he
gotta
did.
be the bad mummy.
He had to be the bad mummy. And when Reagan came in, the first thing he did was rip out the solar panels on top of the White House. He got rid of those right now. We're not gonna have that here. Turn that grid back on here. Yeah, turn up the air conditioning and turn up the heat in the wintertime. It's cold in here. Jimmy said, wear a sweater in the wintertime.
Yeah.
Put a sweater on in your house and put
Wear
on some
slippers.
socks.
Yeah.
Wear slippers.
Yeah.
And turn that thermostat down. Stop wasting all that oil and gas. Oh, Americans did not want to hear that talk. Oh, get that guy out of office. This is the wrong guy at the wrong time. That's what went on. And that's what happened. And I remember that. Oh, boy, do I remember that. That was something. Anyway, there you have it. What can I say? It was what it was. Well, I went into that and I talked about the old days and how inefficient we were on so many areas. It was incredible. And how things changed and whatever. You want a clipper?
Yes, please.
It was so different. My God. Amazing times. Really amazing times. But, it's amazing times now.
It's amazing time now. So what's it going to be for breakfast?
Well, we got this everything bagel. We don't have any sesame seeds today. We're going to try again. We're going to make another attempt to find a bloody set of sesame seed bagel in this town. Oh my gosh, what does it take? But in the meantime, what should I have on my everything bagel? I'm kind of wondering, how about a shmia? We'll just go shmia today. We still got shmia.
Still got it.
Well, we bought more shmia. I bought new shmia.
Yes, in a tub.
In a tub. Couldn't find the bricks of shmia. Those gold bricks are gone. Those white bricks are out of stock still.
White gold.
The white gold out of stock. But we'll do the yeah. Thank you, Miss Ann.
Okay, I'll see you in a bit.
Okay. We're up 71 on the Dow. We were up 160, weren't we? The Rocket Lab's up a penny, and I've got SoFi up 48 cents to 12.87. I'm showing GameStop at 122.70, up 23 cents. That's all. And I got AMC off a penny now, again at 18.58. Matterport 8.28 down a quarter. ME at 4.73. That's improving. It's down 24 cents. Spire up 1.5 pennies to 3.24. ATIP at 2.87. Smart Rent 8.98. So, and Cyxtera down 19 cents. So Smart Rent down 22. So back to GameStop here. Let me take a look at GameStop. 122.99 now. We reached a high today of 126.22. That was in the first 15 minutes. But we also have reached a low of 121.36. That was again about half an hour ago, maybe. Right now, the range is in this 122.70 level. Here we are, 122.61 right now. We're only up 14 cents. 460,000 volume right now on GameStop. So GameStop is running into some resistance. AMC, which was leading the charge, it went as high as 19.30 in the first 10 minutes. It hasn't been back there since. We are now down 9 cents to 18.50 a share. The low is 18.33. That was also in the first 10 minutes when the market was trying to find itself. We've had 14 million shares trade. It has now been, 40 minutes? 50 minutes. So we're coming into the first hour. This is slower than yesterday's first hour. You remember yesterday we were, by 7:30, we were at 26 million shares yesterday in the first hour on AMC. We're at 14 million right now, and we've got 11 minutes to go, and the hour is up. So 16, 17 million maybe today. We're not going to do 26 million in the first hour today. So we're not going to do the volume we did yesterday on AMC. That is the issue. That is the story. And if that is true, we're not going to do that volume. The thinking is as the day wears on, we go down. We will go down in price because AMC needs 100 million turnover a day or more to really sustain itself and build on it, build on the move. Otherwise, the stock's headed back to 15 a share, and we're at 1868 right now on AMC, technically up 9 cents right now, but not up 90, not up $1.90. Yesterday we were just around 21. We hit almost 21 bucks on AMC. We're 1871 right now. We're $3 behind. We're not going up there. I don't see that. GameStop, 123.61 up 114. It will give up some gas. It'll give up some real estate. If AMC backs off to 16.50, GameStop can reach 115 without any issues at all. And so just sit tight and just let's see this volume. As I said, the volume on GameStop at the moment is 481,000. That is not near enough. The Dow up 107. It's great, but we were down 500 points during the day after the end of the day yesterday. We're only up 1 point on the S&P. There is no rush here. And then on NASDAQ, we're down 47 points. It's not across the board happy day here. This market is under pressure, and there are certain winners and losers. Now, we are more in the NASDAQ camp with the kind of stocks we follow here, including GameStop. I mean, it's much more of a NASDAQ kind of stock as opposed to a Dow 30 industrial stock. So the Dow being up 111 points is great, but the stocks that we really watch here are not Dow 30. The top 8 SPACs I have, former SPACs and GameStop, we're not in that camp. Over on the Dow camp, however, I am showing Vanik down 185. I'm showing Home Depot up $1, IBM up 86 cents. Microsoft, though, down to $2.99 a share, off $2.90. Apple at $171.50, down 61 cents. Goldman still holding a 230 gain, being a banker at 272.87. Cisco down 2 cents. Facebook down 250. Amazon off 44. Tesla down 13.91. A little more Nasdaq S&P kind of stock, but it's off. Google down $15. So we've got red on those stocks. So I'm not too optimistic that we're going very far here. As I said earlier, we're following more of the NASDAQ side of things. We're down 52 there. We're down half a point on S&P. Dow is now only up 104.99 or something like that, 99 to 100 points. GameStop up 97 cents, but I think it's going to give up ground here. AMC up 15, and it doesn't look. It looks nothing like it looked like yesterday. At this point yesterday, we were over 20, going for 21 a share. For sure, we were going there. It looked like all the world that was happening because it was 25 million an hour. It could have been a 150 million share day on AMC, but it didn't happen. It didn't hit 100. Today, it won't even hit 70 million. It might be 60 million today. That is bad news for AMC. We need volume. We're up 28 at the moment on AMC, and we're up 142 on the GameStop. There you go. Okay. I'm retired, but writing covered calls will help my wife retire sooner, says Lame Duck. Then we'll spend more time together. Then comes divorce. Then she will take half my money. Thanks, Uncle Bruce. Laugh out loud. Yeah, but she'll take that, and then she'll go write calls. You'll write calls, and maybe you guys can get together for like a date every once in a while. Maybe every second week you have like a get together. Like old times. Compare notes on how you're doing, and then we'll see you later. Maybe that's the better way. Good luck, Lame Duck. Oh man. Yeah. Maybe SD San Diego, South Dakota. I'm not sure where this is. Isn't the most profitable place for solar panels. I can think about 1,000 places with more sun. Well, there are places that are way more effective for it than others. I agree, but you know what? In northern Canada, it works just fine. And so anywhere in the continental U.S., it would work just fine. I think that the new panels coming out so much more efficient and so much more powerful. And the next iteration of panels will be even more powerful, even better. That even in further remote places with the sun, even like in the Arctic, it'll still work there when the sun is up. But for lower 48, not a problem. Not a problem. And in the desert, oh my gosh, you used to see, if you're ever down here in California and Arizona, in Nevada, you should see some of these solar farms that are being built. Phenomenal. And of course, they've got those panels that collect sunshine from directly, and then there's panels there behind the panels are kind of a curved chrome kind of a mirror thing that collects the sun and shines the sun at the panel on the bottom, so the panel gets photons from the top and the bottom simultaneously, generates way more electricity because you've got both sides of the panel's surface catching sun's rays, and they're really cranking energy. That's exciting stuff. But the future is without question storage of the item. It's the storage of electricity. We store oil in tanks. Electricity has to be stored in a battery type system, and we have to create an industrial type battery system for heavy, high-end use of power storage for entire cities, communities, towns, you name it, absolutely. And for factories, I agree. And that is the next frontier, which is being worked on as we speak. It's happening. It's being done. Should be a most amazing time going forward the next 10, 20 years as the world evolves into a whole other area when it comes to electricity and use of. It's going to be something. The way it works is they give you net metering, or they pay you out at the end of the year for pennies compared to what they bill. That prevents people from installing them in the field. There you go. Like I said, eventually you won't worry about metering. You're going to store in battery systems on your property electricity, and then you're going to store in battery systems in your neighborhood as a co-op collective power, and you will be credited for power that way. It's a new world coming. It's all going to be different. Anyway, I bought a 500 watt battery and a 200 watt solar panel from the Rock Pals for $700. I can power any one room in my house just with that. Amazing. DM, the power company, is like crime. They don't pay. Let's go. Eventually, there won't be a power company. You'll be your own. Anyway, let's see. Lobo Blast, Lame Duck, that's why I'm here, so Uncle Bruce can help me retire with your problems. Michael, fair enough, but the environmental toll from mining lithium is pretty serious as well. Yes, but so is burning oil and bunker fuel that we used to burn. We used to burn bunker fuel for making get our furnaces to heat us in the wintertime. It used to have that acrid smell in the neighborhoods all the time in the winter. We could tell when the houses were burning the bunker fuel to warm themselves back in the 60s. We have changed, and we're evolving, and we're going to keep going. Anyway, there it is. Yeah, he's a character for sure. Most entertaining president of my lifetime, says Auntie. Solar. Lobo. APC, the only entertaining prez for me was Uncle Bruce's favorite. What a spectacle he was. He was something else. I'll tell you that. Let's see. Let's just keep moving on. I don't want to go there. Let's go. Let's see. Good morning, Jen from Larry. I'm going to keep going. Americans hate being told what to do. This is why you have and I don't know what's going on. So much resistance to all the mandates. There you go. Ruby Reds are the best. Not your concern. A few things. Those batteries they're expensive. And then what are you going to do about replacement? Batteries need to be the size demands of buildings and costing expense. Still not worth it. Nacho, I agree. If we talk about battery technology from 20, 30 years ago, no. We talk about battery technology 20, 30 years from now, wow. What a world in which we're going to be working. These new lithium-style batteries that can be drained and then recharged and drained and recharged without damaging them is incredible. Their life expectancy is incredible. They're fully recyclable and to be used again. Phenomenal. It's exciting. The future is really exciting. But that's just it. Anyway, there you are. Not going into the politics thing. I'm going to try to stay away. Let's see. Beach Boy. Uncle Bruce. I'm late. What did I miss? Did Putin invade? Did Z removed from power? Erdogan gone from unlimited sabbatical? How about SoFi's bank charter? Did they get it? Has Dr. G rolled over? Am I awake? Welcome back, my friend. Oh my goodness. What can I say? What else is going on here? Uncle Bruce, there's already a company here in Germany that allows to share the battery with the house. So when the battery is loaded full, the energy goes into the house and you can save their energy. See, and it's neat, amazing, just amazing. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Talking markets. Talking. That's what I'm trying to do. Let's see. Mm, mm, mm. Hector, I had a pair of platform shoes. I was already 6 feet 5 inches in bare feet. The shoes were a bad idea. The door frames meant duck. Yeah, that's right. Oh wow. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm not going into politics. I'm going to keep staying away from it. I'm going to stay away from it. I'm going to stay away from it. And then let's see. Okay. Question. So if I roll over for a credit of $1, and the stock price runs up, the stock ran up $20 of the stock, then ran back down, and I see green on the contract, sold unrealized gain as that profits. Okay, Ben, I'm not understanding any of this. The code and the breakdown. I don't understand what you're talking about. So I'm not sure what this means. Okay, let's move on. No politics, no politics, no politics, no politics, if at all possible. Let's go. Let's go. What else is going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Moving. I'm moving. Everybody wants to talk politics, but me, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Moving on. Moving on. Moving on. Malo, I wanted to get a bit more of SoFi, but instead of buying 100 shares, I opted to get 3 January 23 1250 calls for 410 each right now into 2023. Gotcha. So now you have triple the thing. And I've got a stink bid of 1525 on my 105 GameStop expiring today. Come on down, GameStop. Where are we at now? 124.89 up 242. Rock and roll. And let's see. Continuing. I'm not even reading these comments. I'm totally going beyond it if I can. I just don't want to talk about it. Let's move on. Let's move on. Markets. What are we going to do with markets? Everybody, thank you. Markets. Markets, 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 markets. Uncle Bruce, Aspire maintaining its little run above $3 in this market shows people who bought, they're not selling. That's right. That is correct. Spire at 327 up 4 cents. No matter what the market does, it looks good. It's going higher. I like it. Let's see. What else? Wild volatility on GameStop, up and down like crazy. It's true. Let's see. I'm going to avoid politics. I'd advise you to do the same because I'm not reading it. SoFi's at 13, says Nicholas. Right up, 1307 up 68. Rock and roll. Let's go. Go SoFi, go. I agree. We have solar farms in New York. They're very effective, even on cloudy days. Yeah, I know. The technology is amazing. And Cam, I'm number 364 on the thumbs up meter. This Olympic hockey curling is starting to affect my trading. Let's see. What else? Let's move on. Let's move on. Not going there. Not going there. SoFi initiated a buy at Bank of America. Price target 17. That is correct. And let's see. And ME rises revenue and gives good guidance, drops 5%. Let's go. Let's go. What if every floor would have a solar panel to catch the energy coming out of the lamps? Shouldn't it catch up? Shouldn't it catch up energy that we would waste? Only strong lamps, for one example, in the living room. Can you imagine that if we actually had solar panels in our rooms that caught the energy from all the lamps we use in the room to light the room in the first place? Isn't that recycling the energy again? Well, that would be something. If we had solar panels inside the lights themselves that caught the energy from the light that, but I don't know. I'm just trying to. I don't know. Oh man, I don't know. 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 Yeah, I tried to get solar panels for my house. They said it wouldn't work because my house faces east and west instead of north and south. The technology isn't there yet. Eventually, it will be. It will. It won't matter. Eventually, we'll have such sensitivity to the light that even getting 30% of the light will still make you electricity more than you need. It'll get to that point. It's true. Anyway, there you go. Let's see. Let's see. Any more comments here? Lots of comments. Oh my gosh, have we got comments? I sure know how to get you lit up. Sure know how to get you guys lit up here. How do you feel about writing a covered call, then buying a long call against the same strike as insurance? Then what? Buying a long call against the same strike. I'm not sure what the thinking is there. Anyway, I have a stink bid of 1605 to buy my 105s. It's literally all the cash I got. We're at 125.16 right now. This 16 bid will get you 121.05. So that's what we need the stock to do, to hit 121.05 or lower. There you go. What else is going on? Uncle Bruce, what do you think about Goldman Sachs right now? It's 373.67. Will it come back today? It all depends on the markets as a whole. We're up 118 on the Dow. We're not up 500. We lost 500 yesterday. We haven't got it back. We're still down 17 on NASDAQ. We're up 3 on S&P. We'll have to see. But you know how it is. They go around and around. Let's see. Well, I bought my GameStop 101 back for 22. What do we do to complete the roll? Well, you're looking at the stock now at 125. And in theory, you could look at writing a call against it. You could, in theory, Zed, you could just write a call for next week. That is maybe a 125 or a 130. You won't get $22 though. If you want to write a $22 or more priced call, one, you want to see if the shares go any higher, of course, before you do a call. Number two, because you want that strike price to be higher for you. That's one of the wins of a rollover. The second one is you may be going further out than you want to be going, and that's the downside of trying to write a call for 22 or more dollars. Now, if you feel that the shares can always come back to 120, they'll easily come back to 120 between now and sometime in the future, and you write a 120 call that is good for a month or 2 months, you may well get more than $22 because it's in the money right now, $5.20 a share plus a premium of $17 for a month or two or so out. On the other hand, if the shares run to 126, 127, 128, again, all theoretical, and you still write a 120 because you feel that shares can go down to 120 at some point, then you're going to be writing a shorter call, right? If you think the shares could come back to 115 and you want to write a 115 call, it's now $10 in the money. You need to get $7 premium. You need to get if it's $10 in the money, you need to get $12 premium to match your $22 purchase price of this contract. So obviously 10 plus at least 12 more is what you're after. And that still might make you go a month out or longer. But, a 115 for, if you can write a 115 for 27, for example, and it is 2.5 months out, whatever it is, then you've added $5 on top of the 22 into your account. But you're writing a 115, remember, you're still in the money. Obviously, the first $10 drop, if it does go to 115, is that in the money disappearing, which is a good thing for you, because now your contract has zero value, only time premium, and that will be a fraction of what you're getting for this contract. So you can play that game. The stock right now is up 307 a share to 125.54. I don't know why it's up. But it is up. I know AMC is up 53 cents to 912. That might be the only reason it's up. And then you have to ask yourself, well, why is AMC up like this? Is AMC up because of something great happening? Is there $5.5 billion in debt going to be converted into a zero interest loan with somebody? No. So what is AMC all excited about? I don't know. But it's 1912 a share, and that is probably affecting the GameStop shares by 306. And that's what you want to take advantage of if you want to take advantage of it. So if you think AMC might go back to 1617 on at least a profit-taking wave or a little bit of a sell-off next week sometime, causing GameStop to go down to 115 next week sometime, you might want to write a 115 contract for 3 weeks out and bring in the $10 in book value plus whatever premium you can get, which might be another $5, $6, $7. I don't know how much. Can you get 16, 18, 20 bucks a contract for those, which is just about what you bought these for? You have many choices. You have a zillion, but right now it's going your way. Your stocks are going up, which is what you want. You're out of the contract. The stocks are going up. You're going to write a new contract. It's going to be a higher strike price. That's what you want. The question is, how much of that premium do you want? Do you want all of it? Are you prepared to write a contract for $12 that might go to $5 and take $7 back, and then write another contract for $12 down the road and try to make $5 on it and cobblestone the loss back by doing that? Or do you want it all in one shot? I want $25 today, as you're thinking. Then you've got to find a contract that'll get you $25, and you have to decide whether it's at the money, in the money, or out of the money. And those three decisions will determine the length of the contract you're going to write. That's pure mathematics, pure option basics. We're at 125.60. We're up 313. So there's the story, Zed. How do you want to play it? And now do shopping. But there is no rush to make a move. Take your time. And if you're going to write a contract, get the price you deserve for that contract. Don't hit the market. Don't put in bid orders. Don't hit bids. Stink offers. Pull the string and pull out as much as you can. You're a seller of a contract going forward now. You deserve the highest price possible for whatever contract you're going to write to maximize your profit on your next transaction, no matter what it is. Okay? I hope that helps. I hope that motivated. Let's keep on going. What else is going on here? Sell My House, says Coyote and DM. The salespeople came to my home and said, we can't cover any house in this neighborhood. If I see them in Sam's Club and they flag me down, I tell them my neighborhood, I don't know why. Have a nice day. I can't sell to you. Nicholas, Uncle Bruce, only 10 minutes behind now. And let's see. Let's keep going. Have a nice day. I can't sell to you. Let's keep going. I'm trying to keep up here. So far behind you guys. 371 thumbs ups. Thank you. Swinson, number 375. Thank you. Let's go. Let's just keep going. I got so much here. Perpetual energy. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't it? Not sure the physical, a lot of the light cycling you recommend. Wouldn't that be something we could do that? Good morning, Cindy. Let's go. Jimmy Carter is a distinguished faculty at my alma mater, Emory University. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see. Okay. The thinking is selling a 130 GameStop call and buying a 131 GameStop call, protecting the risk of the covered call going negative, and you need to roll over. Okay, so if you sell a 130 and the stock goes up, but you bought a 131, you're going to make money on the 131 against writing the call. That's you're buying insurance. Of course, that negates the gain because you're going to lose money on the call through shrinkage if it doesn't go higher. Because if the stock goes lower, the 131 will lose its value, like the 130 will lose its value, and whatever you make on the 30, you will lose on the 31. So you're no further ahead there. But having this, yeah. Now, Nazareth, I'm not a fan of that program. I'm not a big fan of that program. But anyway, there you go. Let's see. Let's go. Let's go. Mm, 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 mm. At my home, I installed a backup natural gas generator just in case my main electrical power source failed for several days. Ice storm outages more frequently. Peace of mind stuff. And let's go, folks. Talking about solar like crazy. And let's see. Ghost Whisperer. Earlier today, we announced a multi-launch agreement with ExoLaunch to enhance Spire's space as a service offerings with upgraded deployer technologies in addition to deployment and integration. Ghost, are you part of the gang over there at Spire? Are you employed there? Are you part of the group over there? That'd be awesome. Dow's up 153, Rocket Lab up 3, SoFi up 76 to 1316, right on. GameStop up 298, AMC up 49 cents, Matterport up 18, ME down 9 cents, 9.5, 487 now on ME. We're coming back. Spire up 4 at 327, ATIP down a half a penny, Smart Rent down 17, Cyxtera down 21. Ben. Okay, so Uncle Bruce, if I am red on a sold covered call, then did a rollover for a credit of $1, and now it's up a bunch from the depreciation of the contract rolled AFRM. Again, I'm still missing this. There's obviously something I'm really not getting today. Michael, house always wins. Yeah, there you go. Let's see. What else? Thank you, everybody, for being here. Yeah, it's true. DM AMC is diluted by hundreds of millions of shares since the charts have been similar. I know. And yep. Splayer, Uncle Bruce. I see AMC and 9 other companies except now the Shiabu coins as a payment. Maybe that would explain why these 3, AMC, GameStop, and SHIBA, have similar charts. I have no idea. Okay. Let's just move on. I got to catch up to you guys. You guys are so far ahead of me. Okay, Uncle Bruce, if a stock runs $20 and I roll the same day, and I roll for a $1 credit for 8 months out, and now it pulls back when I rolled, the buy sell was 60 now, and it's now at 6 to buy it back. Okay, so if you did a rollover and you got $20 for it, and then the stock went down, and now you're able to buy it for 6, should you do that? I think, is that what you're asking me? All I can say is, if you write a contract and the stock goes up, you buy the contract back and you write another contract at a higher price, and the stock goes back down, that contract will drop too. Stock goes even lower, the contract will keep dropping. Time goes by, the contract will keep dropping. I have had people in GameStop where they wrote 190 contracts when the stock was 165. They wrote 190s, good for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. The stock would go to 250. They are 60 in the money, asking me what to do. And I said, nothing. Stock comes back to 220. Now what? They do a buyback. They buy a contract back for 35, and they now turn around and write 250s, good for 6 months, and they were bringing in 80 bucks. So they paid 30, 40 bucks, took in 60, added $20 to their account to start with what they had to start with. Shares would go up to 250, 60, 70, and then come back to 210. Those 50, 60, $70 contracts are now at 20, 30 bucks. They buy them back, and then they would write brand new calls that would be shorter in, lower exercise price for $30, $35. Again, bringing in more money than they just paid to get these back. And if the stock went down to 180, they would then buy those calls back even lower and write, again, shorter term calls, lower strike price for just as much money as they paid or even more, and still win on the way down. Jen, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
But DQ, I'm not, or some of you who are giving me some of these questions here, I'm not exactly sure. Obviously, I'm missing some of the things. Thanks, Jen. I'm missing some of the details here, obviously, because I'm so far behind. I'm just trying to catch up with you guys. So anyway, there you go. These might be one-on-one questions. Anyway, there you go. Anyway, thank you all for being here. Thank you. I think I've caught up with all these comments. I'm up to speed here. Anyway, there we go. Where are we at now? We're down. What are we doing on the Dow? We're up 105. We're up 105 on the Dow, and that is not the high of the day. We're actually backing up a little bit. We're down 4 on Rocket Lab, 4 cents. SoFi 1310 up 71. GameStop 125.30 up 283. AMC 1908 up 49. Now the high on GameStop is 126.50, which is like $60 from here, about $1 from here. And AMC, the high today was 1930. We're at 1913. We just hit the high a few minutes ago. Okay, now we're at 1906. So we're near our highs, but not at, but close. Okay, Matterport down 15, ME down 16 cents, Spire up 5.5, ATIP down 3, SmartRent down 29, Cyxtera down 35. The S&P is down 2.2. The Dow now only up 99, and NASDAQ is down 35 points. So we're still negative on 2 of our stocks. I want to take a look at some other quotes here. I'm showing now Russell up 20 points, up 1%. It's defying the market with a gain. And the VIX is up 0.31, which the fear index is just slightly worse than yesterday, but not by much. The Dow held a 150-point gain for a while, but now is up 107. But the talk in the market right now is how aggressive will the Federal Reserve be in raising rates? Because the call has been March is when the rates go up. But now the worry is it might go up this month, January. No, sorry. It might go up February on an emergency meeting. It might go up immediately. And this is the worry of the pundits out there watching the bond markets. There's a bunch of them wondering, gee, are we're gonna have a problem here? There you go. Okay. What else is going on here? Let's go. Continuing on. Thank you all for being here. Just double checking some stuff here. Okay, moving on. Good morning, Jen from Duncan. Thank you, Duncan. Okay. 104 gain on the Dow. Rocket Lab down a nickel. SoFi up 76 cents to 13.14. GameStop up 348 to 125.95. AMC 1919 up 60 cents. The S&P down 1.5. Nasdaq down 34. Okay. Consumer sentiment falls to worst level in a decade. That can't be good. That can't be good. That just came out a little while ago as well. We'll watch for that. Okay, everybody. Thank you all for being here, hanging out with me. Welcome to Friday. Man, oh man, oh man. So much fun. My, oh my, oh my, my. Thank you, everybody, for being here. There you go. Let's go right over there, and let's go right over there, and we'll go there. Just looking at some commentary here, some things, trying to stay on top of everything. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for showing up today and popping in to see us. Thank you to those who are subscribing to us today. Thank you. Fantastic. And thank you for 388 thumbs ups on the poll question. 555 have responded. I think writing stock options are going to help me quit my day job. 49% say yes, I think it will. 51% saying no. Out of 555, we're almost dead even on this question. That is really something. I struck one there, I'll tell you. That's pretty cool. We've got GameStop at 126.11 right now, the high of 126.52 today. And we're at 126.12 right now. We've had a nice little run yet again. Yesterday we hit 131, remember, for the high of the day. And this group is spicy on a Friday morning. That's it. A mixture of green and red does that. And we're up just barely on the VIX, and we're up 1% on Russell. We're down a fifth of a point on NASDAQ, just barely breaking even on S&P, and we're up 1/3 of a point on the Dow right now. That is what's going on. And there you have it. I asked my mom if I quit my day job. She says no. Think SoFi can finish over 1350 from asks Mr. Dr. Dadi-Doo. Well, 1310, it's got a good run going. Anything is possible. Nancy says, I'm number 385 for the thumbs up. And for the record, most politicians are in it for the money and power, not solutions. And when we, the people, are fighting each other, they love it. Of course, there's a lot of politicians who are doing it for constituents who have money and power. And these constituents keep getting them reelected with a lot of funding to their super PAC. And of course, they're beholden to them, I suppose. Cheers, everybody. I got a bagel with schmear on it. Oh, yeah. Schmear bagel time. Mirko, I just rolled a 105 that expires today into a 110 for next week. I got a 99-cent profit. Perfect. You're $5 closer. You brought a little bit of money in. You got another week. These shares want to back off. Even today, they want to back off a little bit. And you can go from a 110 to a 115 for either next week or the week after. You might choose to do that again. And you'll slowly but surely grind your way closer to the market, keeping a short fuse on the deal. I like it. I like it. Max, thanks for an entertaining week, Bruce. I'm getting over the freaking virus. And basically, I've only been awake for your shows. Way to go, buddy. Ben, oh my God, Uncle Bruce. I only write and I'm a casino. So keep rolling to the green for a credit. Bama, life is spicy if you do it right. Let's go. I think I'm going to take a break for now. Have a nice weekend. See you later. If I join you then, take care, Splair. You take care, buddy. Thank you. NTPC laughing. Anyway, there you go. 105 gain on the Dow. Rocket Lab down 6 cents. SoFi 13.18 up 80. Very good. Very good today. GameStop 345 gain, 125.92. Now, I mentioned this yesterday to those of you who are doing rollovers. I just want you guys to understand something. If you have to buy back a contract today that's deep in the money, which they are, you can do exactly what is happening here with Merco, where you're going to buy back your 100 or your 105 or your 110. Take a look at writing a contract for next week for $5 higher on the strike price. You might be able to get exactly the same amount of money you're paying to get this one back. So you're moving your strike price up $5 a share, and you're buying another week of time for the stock to have a pullback. And that is an easy solution. That is not a revolutionary, oh my God, I wrote a contract that's 6 months long and I got to wait now for 6 months for this thing to depreciate. No, you just pushed it over to next week, but you moved up $5. You might find, again, you may have sold a call for say $8. Now you have to pay $35 to buy it back. But you can write another contract for $33. That is a week from now or 2 weeks from now. That might be $10 higher on the exercise price. So you get a little less, but you gain $10 on the strike price. That might be the way to go. That might be acceptable to you. So you're going from, say, a 105 to a 115 or a 110 to a 120. Something like that might be the other way. It might be a 95 to a 105 or a 100 to a 110. It could be any combination. Be open-minded about short-term rollover to just stay close in time-wise. Move your strike price towards the stock, knowing in your mind, yeah, but it'll back off to 115 in the next week as well. This will fluctuate down $10, $15 as well as up $10, $15. Be open-minded to that so that you're in a position to buy back this new call that expires next Friday or the Friday for that. You're in a position to buy it back if the stock gives you a $10, $12, $14 drop over a day or two. You're just waiting. You're a sniper. You're a sniper, and you're waiting to hit the target when it comes your way. In the meantime, you can reposition yourself to the next week, to the week after if you must, and then wait for your next moment to get in there and buy it back. Because there will be a day, an hour, a minute, a half hour, a half a day, a 2-day run where the market will cough up some ground and the GameStop will give up some juice, and you'll be waiting. You will be waiting in the wings to make your buyback. So think of it that way. Don't be, locking yourself up for 6 months at 140 a share for a $35 premium and all that. You can go any way you want, of course, but I like the idea of the short end as well. Okay. All right. Thank you all. Just 1 second here. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I don't have a day job. This is my day job. Zed Estate say, Mirko, nice thought. Brilliant move. Austin, man, ME got an $11 price target and a buy, and it is still down. Honestly, I can't win on one stock right now. And Michael is saying to Austin, you're welcome, by the way. I wrote 13s on SoFi for today. Yeah, Auntie is saying that Oppenheimer adjusted Twitter price target to 60 from 80, maintaining an outperform rating by cutting it. It's crazy. It's just crazy. Mirko is saying to Zed Estate, thanks, but the credit belongs to Uncle Bruce. Who do you think put that idea in my head to do this move? He's the guy. Dr. T. Uncle Bruce, there's limited open interest on the 105s. 156 open interest. Does that influence when to buy back? No, not really. No. You should be able to buy back. Let's see. Hypothetically speaking, what happens if the Fed starts with a 1% rate hike, as suggested by St. Louis Fed Chair Bullard? Any idea how it plays out? If they did it as an emergency boost this afternoon, that would be disastrous. That would be really bad for the market. If they did it Monday morning before the opening, not good. They did it before March, not good, because that is showing a very aggressive rate hike very quickly. They're not going to do that, but it would not be well received. That I'll say. Okay. Sorry, 506, not 156 open interest on the 105s. Yeah, Dr. G, plenty of open interest. Not to worry. It's liquid. Don't worry. When these SPACs all hit, you'll be wearing gold-plated diapers. SoFi setting daily highs with every minute. Let's just go. 1322. We're running. And I thought it was going to be four 25% raises over a year. Michael, it's all over the map. Some are saying it's going to be a half a point in March, and a half a point in April, and then a quarter point after that. Some are saying it's 3/4 in March, half a point in April, a quarter after that. Others are saying a quarter point every month after month, just one. It's all over the map. Okay. Let's go. Gold plated, but need a changing on those diapers. Anyway, 155 gain on the Dow, and Rocket Lab down the nickel at 1023, but SoFi at 1318 up 79. GameStop is 125.88 up 341. The high on GameStop now is 126.60, so we're about 70 cents below the high, 65. We're at AMC at 1932. The high on AMC 1939. The volume right now 22.8 million. 1.5 hours in. That is down from yesterday's volume. That is long for the rest of the day. Might not be good enough. Matterport down 18. ME down 19 cents. Spire is up 2. HIP down 1.5. Smart Rent down 44. Sextera down 41. There you go. Dow now 147. It's higher by 147. Okay. What else is going on here? Okay. There we go. Everything's cool. The S&P is up 6.5. The NASDAQ is down 7.8. So a little buy wave coming in right now for the market. I am eating a bagel after all, so the market is going higher. What can I say? We shall see. Market Watch is reporting to expect a Fed meeting with a 3/4 rate hike, maybe. Yeah, well, that's the talk. And man, this morning went fast, hasn't it? Just gone crazy. GameStop 125.03. It's backing off a bit. It's now down about $1.57 from the high. We're still up 256. Such fun. What a day. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for 393 thumbs ups. Thank you. The poll question still going. 570 of you have answered this question today. The question is, I think writing stock options are going to help me quit my day job. I'm going to make these premiums. I'm going to make money on shrinkage. I might be able to quit my day job with this. 49%. Yep. That's the plan. 51% saying no, that's not the plan. Not for me. I don't think so. 570 votes. Thank you, guys. 395 on the thumbs up meter. Thank you for that. 396, only 4 away from 400 thumbs ups. You guys are great. Love this support. And it's fabulous. Thank you, guys. Telling YouTube, send this guy viewers. Valuable information is being learned on this channel. Thank you so much. All right, let me continue on here. Never a dull moment anywhere here. My goodness. What else is happening over here? There we are right there. Good. Nick, I'm getting ready to pull the trigger on Peloton. I will regret to have covered too soon, but this is so manipulated. It's better to be on the sidelines and play another stock. I just hope you're making money on it, buddy. Where are we at on that thing? Peloton now looks like it's down $1.12 at this point. 36. Well, actually, it's worth. It was down $2.12. Pardon me. It's down to 35.34. I hope you're making money on the trade. It's definitely come your way. Definitely from that 40 range, it has backed off. So I'm hoping you're doing okay. Will Crothers wants to know, Uncle Bruce, if this Spire stays above $3, is this stock going to be relisted or what? Because it got delisted, didn't it? Here we go. I'm not sure if you want to read this, but this is my new job now, Cindy says. I opened an LLC, and I'm filing under trader tax status this year. I have a plan. Right on, Cindy. Way to go. That's awesome. That would be awesome. Nick says, my average on Peloton is $35.50. Oh, my God. You sold way too soon, didn't you? But it took a run, right? It took a run. I'm just sorry you didn't add more to the position when it hit 38 and 40. You didn't short more, but you're watching it. You know what you're doing. Obviously here, you're now, kind of getting out with your teeth, making a little on it. You're going to have to watch the range on this thing. Obviously the low is 35.27. It's at 35.33. So it's at the low of the day. You may want to let it keep dropping and, see how low it goes and then pull the pin to buy back. And then wait the weekend, my friend, and see what you do on Monday, Tuesday, of course. Got to respect that. Amongst Great Danes, hey, Michael, what did you get for your SoFi 13s? I have a bid at 72. And Bobby Atkin is saying, one day this is going to be a job for me. I'm sure you know how to set up the tax game for Canadians, Uncle Bruce. I'm not an expert in that area. You got to get your own advice on that. Nick, so far $3,000 in profit. Right on, Nick. I would love to see it drop another $1 for you, $1.50. That'd be great. Yeah, I know you're watching it like a hawk, and way to go, man. Way to go. The Dow's only up 61. This is a good sign. This is for those of you who need to buy back calls. This is a good sign. 124.44 now on GameStop, up only 197. On AMC, we're at 1904, so it's still up 44 cents, but both stocks have pulled back here in the last 10 minutes. They've given up some ground now, so we'll watch for that. The high on GameStop was 126.60, so we're off almost $2 from the high, actually a little over $2 from the high on GameStop right now, and AMC is definitely backing off here. Michael is saying amongst Great Danes at 33 cents, but I bought them back earlier this week. I'm already flat on those. Rock and roll on those 13 SoFis. Anyway, the Dow up 72, but it has backed off. We're down 6.8 on S&P, and we're down 66.7 on NASDAQ. So the two indexes, the other two are dropping into the red further. So we're going lower now. We'll see the Dow It seems to be at its lowest level since the opening. We opened lower, took a shot. We've been in a trading range on the Dow, which right now this is the low end of the trading range that we've had lately. We'll see if there's another wave going through it here. It might just break down and go back to the original opening trade of the day. Hmm. Mm. Lots going on, man. Oh man, there's lots going on. We're red on Matterport. We're red on ME. Spire down 3. ATIP down a nickel. Smart Rent and Sextera are red. So we're seeing more red show up now, which will be interesting to watch with GameStop and AMC, whether they will defy this. Can they defy it? Rocket Lab up 15. SoFi's up. GameStop is up. AMC is up. The Dow's up 64, but showing signs of weakness now. We're down 8 on S&P. We're down 76 on NASDAQ. Those two are definitely backing up now. So we may have a bit of a run, a sell run coming in here. It might break GameStop a little bit. Might back it up just a titch. AMC just broke 19. 1897 now. Mm. $18.95 on AMC. So that's backing off under 19. GameStop at 125.26, now 125.04. A little bit of selling coming in again. The Dow's backing off. It's up 43 now. Looks like another 20 points has dropped on the Dow. We're at 39 points now for the gain on the Dow. Mm. 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 Okay. Mm. Oh boy. Question from Dr. G. Uncle Bruce, what are your thoughts on getting trader status? If you qualify, you use mark to market and wash sales become irrelevant. Yeah, I agree with that. If you're going to be an active trader full time, yes, you're going to want to have this for sure. You have to determine how to get it through the firms you're using. Let's see. Hmm. Okay, what else is going on here? Wavy Grady. I'm cringing at what I did, but I didn't have a choice. I had to sell 100 SoFi shares at a loss so I could buy back my GameStop call. Not the end of the world, but I think I'm going to be sick. Well, of course, when you rewrite the call, rewrite a new call, you may have enough money to buy SoFi, and SoFi now is down to 1304. And so if it backs off enough, you might buy it for less than you sold it for just now, and maybe you'll be all right. Okay. Michael Koenig sitting 27 ahead. Mike, 100 contracts, though, definitely profit there. Brucey rolled my 105 and 109s, Mr. Seneca says, for today, out a few weeks to March 18, 115, and March 25, 120s. Pocketed a nice $2,000 credit in the process. Thanks for the tips as always. Yes. 105s to 109s are now 115s and 120s. There you go. Right on. Wavy, you could buy back the GameStop covered calls one at a time and write a new call and then use the premium to buy the other calls back, rinse and repeat. That's true too. Okay, what else? Hey, Uncle Bruce, the 105, 110 rollover isn't what's it already down? Uncle Bruce, the 105, 110 GameStop rollover is already down $2. If it comes $4 more in my direction, I would be flat. If that happens, would you write new or wait till Monday? Oh, okay. So, I can't answer that simply. I will just say theoretically, if the shares are backing off for you, great. I think the shares can back off more because I think that the markets are going to back off more temporarily because of this interest rate thing that's hanging over this market. So if you score a gain on these rollovers, great. You take it. Wait till Monday, see the direction of the market, and then decide what to do. If the stock pops up a few bucks, you might write 130s for Friday coming up, and you're back into your weekly, bi-weekly run. AZN Danny, I just got 700 Matterport shares. I hope this is the bottom average of 824. Man, that's so cheap. That's so incredible. Michael, 750, 52-week liquid Matterport, 824 is pretty darn good average. Yeah. Chicago, like clockwork, every weekday we see the same selling patterns. Nothing to see here. Carry on. Dr. G, FYI, you have to apply to get it with the IRS the year before it goes into effect. The deadline to apply is the tax deadline for 2021 taxes, usually April. Very good. Cindy, be careful of the wash trade rule of SoFi. Amongst Great Danes. Why specific with SoFi? Never mind, says amongst Great Danes. Never mind. Lobo, yes, Keenan Grace talks a lot about GameStop, AMC. It kind of makes sense from what Sir said earlier about it to Uncle Bruce. Okay. A lot of interconnection here. We're up 66 on the Dow. SoFi's at 1306. Down. It's still up 67 cents. GameStop is up 292 to 125.38. And AMC just trying to hang around 19 again. It's at 1906. Up 48 cents. The high was 1939, about 11 this morning on AMC. Volume is 25.7 million. We're now into the second hour. We're coming into the second hour in 8 minutes. Yesterday at this point, we were pushing 50 million volume. We're at 25.7 million on AMC. This is half the volume of yesterday. This is why we haven't even made $20 today. We couldn't hit 20 today. Yesterday we had hit just about 21, even more than that. We're trying to get to 21. We're trying to get over 21. I think it was 2090 something. We're not even at 20 today, or a 1910 now. It's up 50 cents, but the volume is less than half of yesterday's volume. That's not good. That is bad for AMC's potential to run. It needs way more volume. GameStop volume now at 125.25 is 877,000. We're down from yesterday's volume as well. This is backing up volume-wise. So this does not bode well for an upside breakout unless there is a corporate development happening that I don't know about, that you don't know about, that the market doesn't know about, because there's only 877,000 trading. It's not like there's a ton of people knowing something here. They're not showing their hand. There's no volume on this thing. It may well back up. We will see the Dow and the rest of the market, how it goes. But the S&P is down, the NASDAQ is down, and the Dow's up only 63 out of a 500-point loss. This isn't all that reassuring that we're on our way to a stratospheric run. It is option expiry day. I'll give you that too. And there could be shenanigans on GameStop between now and the close because of option expiry. We may well reach 110 this afternoon. We may well. Don't know, but we might. Anyway, 125. You can do the rollovers as I've suggested. If you're doing the rollovers where you're buying back a 105 and you're writing a 110, or you're buying a 110 and writing a 115, or you're buying a 108 and writing a 115, or whatever you can pull off for next week or the week after, 1 or 2 weeks out, you are literally just bringing in $1 or $2 more on premiums or about what you're getting. What you're paying is what you're getting in or a little more, but you're buying yourself a week or two. That could be the best move you can make right here, right now. Because if the shares do this afternoon back off to 115 and you rolled out into 110 and 15s for next week or the week after, all of a sudden your contracts are at the money. They're only trading at premium. And so, yes, if you're paying $25 to buy a call back and you're getting $25 to write a call and it goes down to $15, there's a $10 gift. You could buy it back this aft on a dip or just wait until Monday to see what else is coming our way. Again, we got a lot to work out here. Lots to watch. Okay. Nick, I'm out of this Peloton for now with a $3,000 profit. Locked it in. Anyone have a good short opportunity that I can short? That's what Nick wants to know. Nick, I don't know for certain, but this market here, they're worried. These market participants are worried about these interest rate, a sudden shock to the system. So, what stock would be shook to its core with a higher interest rate run? That is the question right there, and that's where you've got to shop around and see what you find. I'm just looking at all these stocks out here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's go back up to the top here. Yeah, the Dow up only 31 now. This is we're backing up. This market is coming down. Now we're up only 28. We're backing off. Nick, look, you might be looking at Tesla shares. You might be looking at even Apple. You might be looking at Apple. Grab $1 or $2 here and there. Liquidity is what you want. You got. Keep an eye. And Wavy, thanks for all the tips. I just sold a 110 for next Friday for about the same price I bought it back. And well, I might be able to buy my 100 shares of SoFi back for 50 cents less today. There you go. 1302 right now. So yeah, there's ways, my friend. Wavy bought it back. My 105 expiring today. Right on. So you bought your 105 back that dies today. You sold a 110 for next week. I think that's what this means. Michael, bought back my SoFis for 21 cents, easy 1,200 for the week. Mr. Dadi, I'm with you on that. Go SoFi. Kareem, Uncle Bruce, do you think this is a good entry point to add SoFi, or do you think it gives up some ground later in the day? I don't know. It's at 1301, my friend. It's backed off already. I can't answer, but the Dow, I just think the market is going lower. I just think it is. I could be wrong. Dr. G, GameStop, there's a lot of open interest in the 110, 15, and 20s and 25. Typically, a stock falls to these puts, falls to put these out of the money. Bobby is a Kareem SoFi possible low 1170, but more likely 1230. Bobby accepted being controlled to, so flip a coin and buy now. Cindy, can we hope that Peloton goes up now? I have stocks and a long option. Michael, I left 2,100 on the table, but if SoFi closed over 13, then I lose my shares. Tough call there. Credit Savage, good morning, simpletons, and Uncle Bruce. Trying to trade today, but it's a bit hard since the whole fam came down with COVID. Can't wait to see the commercial Sunday since there's a lot of buzz around it. All right, buddy. Hang in there, my friend. You hang in there. We're only up 21 on the Dow. We're now negative 12, now 12 negative on S&P and 84 on NASDAQ. The Dow's up only 6.5 points. We're backing up on the Dow. SoFi 1298, we're backing up. Anyone wants to buy SoFi, put in a stink bid. 1291, 1286, 1280. You might get lucky. I don't know. Put in a bid at 1251. I don't know. You might get super lucky. Austin Powers ad this weekend, says Bobby. Pretty cool bean stuff. Where are we at now? We're down 31 on Rocket Lab. SoFi is $13. GameStop 125.06, up 259. AMC 1915, up 56 cents. Matterport down 30 cents to 823. ME 465 and a half. Spire 322, ATIP 285, SmartRent 866, Xterra 1136. That's where we are at. The Dow is up 20 points, and not strong 20, just 20, as stock volumes are drying up, and we might go lower. We might go lower here. Rocket Lab 999, GameStop 125.34, high of the day 126.60. 125.13 on GameStop, just dropped 21 cents. AMC at 19.12. I timed things horribly. SoFi 13 is not even lower, says Michael. Bobby, also there better be break up with your bank ads from SoFi on Sunday. There'll probably be those too. I can imagine a bunch of advertising for SoFi. Let's go lower then, says Auntie. Let's go. The Dow now is up 37, a little bounce. Doesn't always go straight up and down, but I just get the vibe we're going lower. 125.17 on GameStop. AMC at 1922. The high on AMC, 1939. It's trying to reach the high of the day, 26.7 million in now 2 hours. That's a 13.5 million hourly average. Yesterday, the first hour was 27 million. So we did 50 in the first, I think, full 2 hours yesterday. We're now at only 26 million in the first 2 hours. So we're backing off on volume on AMC. We'll see here if this can hold. 125.33 on GameStop now. Okay, SoFi at 12.56 would be a great buy. Monday there will be a pop because of the SB commercials. I am guessing it'll be a great time to sell a cover call on those shares. Start making money right away. Let's see. It's way less stressful buying stock at the bottom. Clay is saying to Nick, you might want to look at a firm. It's a fintech company, but their earnings were bad. It's down 15% already. I'm not sure if it'll go lower, but it looks real anemic. Dropped a lot yesterday already, though. We'll see. It might be a shorting opportunity with it bouncing around. We're now up 38 on the Dow, down 7.5 on S&P, down 70 on NASDAQ. Oil up $1.88 to 91.76. GameStop 125.36. That's where we're at. 13.04 on SoFi. There might be another sell wave there. You never know. Okay, kids, welcome to the show. All kinds of fun going on here. Woohoo! What a day. Thank you for being here. Oh boy. Yeah. What else is going on? Let's see what else is going on here. Back to here. Here we go. Okay. Alrighty. Thank you, everybody. Dow just dropped. We're only up 18 points. The Dow just took a shot down. There we go. 409 thumbs ups. Everybody, thank you for this. 594 responses to the poll question. 594. I think writing stock options are going to help me quit my day job. Yes, 49%. No, 51. This poll has been locked in with a 49-51 percentage reply, with now 595 replies. This is really something. 412 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody, for this. Keep those coming in. I appreciate it. Let's see what else is going on here. Chicago credit. Today I saw my first SoFi YouTube ad before Uncle Bruce's show, and homepage is wrapped in SoFi branding. Interesting. Wild Willie. Hey, Uncle B, if I sell leaps for GameStop Jan 2024 at 400 for 3,000 and the stock runs up 200, it looks like I could buy them back for around 5,000. Is that a smart idea? I have no idea what he's talking about. What is he talking about? You're talking about, what are you talking about? $30 a share, and the stock runs up 200. It looks like I could buy them back for around 5,000. $50. Okay, you can write them for $30 each. You buy them back for $50 each because the stock went up $200 each, or $200 a share. So if you have 100 shares right now, you have 100 shares at $125 a share, ballpark. You're talking about them going up 200 a piece, right? So if they go up $200, you're $20,000 richer on your stock, but you're down $2,000 on your leap, right? You're still making money, good money. On the other hand, if the shares don't go to 400 or up at all, then the leaps will drop in value, won't they? And so you're already pre-selling your stock in a way at $430, saying, "Come and get me for 430. You can have it." So wild. Wild. Look, if you do this, you'll bring in $3,000 cash right now if you write one call, if this number is correct, and you can do whatever you want with it. Okay. There you go. Nick, thank you. Thank you, Nick, for that donation. I appreciate that. Anyway, I don't know. Bruce, what class for an LLC? Haven't made one yet. I'll keep you posted. The anti-PC, go down, go down, go down. The Dow's down 5 points. GameStop, 125.35. AMC, 19.13. Going negative on the Dow and the markets. Yeah, I have a long. I have a long on AFRM. Let's see. I am 412, says Wild Willie winning. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for the thumbs ups, man. Nick, Guru from Nick. More to come later as I make more. Thanks, pal. Thank you for that donation. You're a very kind guy. I appreciate that, and thank you. Keep making money, buddy. Just keep on making it. We're down 43 points now on the Dow. We're off 19 on S&P. Nasdaq down 112. Wow, AMD, what are you doing? Asks Testy Donkey right now. GameStop is refusing to back off a lot, but it is at 124.86. Still up 239, but it is backing off a little. Not in a hurry, it would appear. We're at 1903, though, on AMC. It is definitely backing up now. AMC is running into some stock. Uncle Bruce, so how late in the day do we consider the deadline for acting on the buyback of the rollover? Blah, 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 blah. You have several hours. You keep your eyes on the option chain for the price you're looking for, the deal. And as I said, if you're looking at doing what some of my viewers are already doing, which is you're going to buy back an in-the-money call for whatever, let's say it's a 105 and you're going to be paying $20 for it or something, I'm not sure, 19. And you can write 110 for next Friday, for example, and move $5 higher on the strike and bring in the $19, $20. It doesn't cost you any cash to do the switch over. Buy the one first, then sell the other one. Great. If you can, in theory, buy back a call today that expires today and sell a call 2 weeks from today at perhaps $10 higher on the strike price, even better. Even better, because you're $10 closer to the market. You're still very short term on the price, on the time value. Time. Dollars are similar. You're not paying anything to do this move. And you've just bought yourself 7 or 14 days, just in these two examples. So anytime you can do this, make your move. Keep an eye on the option chain. Keep an eye on the stock. Don't overpay for the one you're buying. Don't undersell for what you're selling. Keep an eye and work it from there. Zach, I am number 416, Bruce, on the thumbs up meter. Thank you, Zach, for that. Appreciate all of you helping me out, going over 400 quickly. We're at 421 now. This is huge. Thank you, guys. 421 thumbs ups. I love it. Okay, Austin, I'm down 15% of my SoFi. This is my biggest winner at the moment. Just hang tough on your SoFi, my friend. Just hang tough. 1292 at the moment. Anyone trying to get it, put in stink bids. Good luck. GameStop 124.78. We're up 231. We're up, coming down a little more. AMC now at 19, coming down a little more. The Dow down 52 points. We're backing off on it. We're off on S&P. We're off on NASDAQ. NASDAQ is off 125 points. NASDAQ is off 0.89 of a percentage point. The Dow is only off 0.16. The Dow has to get 5 times as bad to equal NASDAQ now. The Dow has to drop 275 points. It's only down 55. We are not down a lot yet. We have a lot more to go. Just saying. S&P down 0.47. It's down triple what the Dow's down. So that's 150 points on the Dow. So yeah, well, the Dow is way behind the markets right now. Okay. What else is going on here? Michael is saying, right calls, man. With the amount of shares you have, it's easy money. There you go. We're now down 39.9 on the Dow. GameStop 124.67. And AMC at 1904. Trying to hang around $19 at the moment, okay? This is the big game being played here, the big war. NASDAQ down 119, S&P down 20. The Dow now 43 points again on the Dow side. So we're going in waves. Seems like waves of selling coming through bit by bit by bit. GameStop is approaching its recent low trade that we had about 20 minutes ago, and we may have just broken it. We were at 124.81. We're now 124.75. We've broken it. It's a newer low. This is the lowest level now in about an hour and a half, as we're giving up some ground now on GameStop. But it's a reluctant give back. It is honestly, it's reluctant. A million traded. And so it's going to be easy on rollovers if you're looking to buy a 100 to sell a 105, or buy a 95 and sell a 105, or buy a 104 and write at 114, or whatever you can do. You want to come closer and stay short term on these contracts. Alrighty. Nick, thanks, Clay, for the hint. I have shorted some other stock right now, and I'm out of buying power, but we'll consider it. If I make any money, I'll send you some donation your way. A hockey rink. So with the prime time almost nil right now, we're essentially watching the stock value bounce on the chain. Got it. Okay. Splitter, Uncle Bruce, SoFi will probably go down lower too, you think? Can't figure it out on the MA lines. Looks like it could stabilize, but it could go lower too, asks Splayer. I'm seeing SoFi now at 1291. It is definitely on a decline right now. The Dow's off 66. We're dropping on these markets. NASDAQ now down 127. We're going negative, and it is beginning to infect these markets. 1288 on SoFi. It's only up 49 cents. We're dropping. We're down 38 on Matterport, down 33 on Rocket Lab. We're down 33 on ME. We're down 3 on Spire, down 5 on ATIP. 56 cents lower on SmartRent, and 66 on Sextera. So there's a selling coming in at this time. We're down 64 approximately. Now we're down 49 on Dow. So we're getting waves of selling coming through here at this time. SoFi goes down. The short percentage goes up. March 1, the stock passes the moon. There you go. Okay. 124.83 on GameStop. $19 even on AMC. 19 on the mark. 18.97 on AMC. We've broken 19 yet again. It's now the second time we've busted through it on the downside on 28.5 million. AMC could not hold $19. Anybody know the max pain on SoFi this week? And GameStop now 124.83 to 125.13 range. AMC just bounced over 19, but I don't know if it'll hold very long here. Dow is now down 63 again, dropping again. Okay. Treasury yields are rising. Bad news. That's bad news. Treasury yields are rising. The 10-year is 2 0.057, the high of the day now on the U.S. Treasury for the 10-year. That is bad news. We're definitely getting a higher shot right now on the interest rates. That's not good. That is not good. And we're watching the Dow now down 70 points. It's lower, going lower yet. Okay. Max Payne, 1250 says Chicago. Bobby, 1157 is the lowest for the week on SoFi. It's the lowest trade. 1289 right now on SoFi. 124.83 on GameStop. 1898 on AMC. Let's go here. We've got the VIX. We've got the VIX up 0.85 to 2476. More negativity. Stocks fall as interest rates push higher. Investors debate Fed's next move. Even the Russell is backing off. It was up 20 something, now only up 14 something. It's easing up. There's a lot of speculation about the Fed making a move very shortly rather than waiting until March. That's what's going on, kids. That's what's going on. Okay. We're down now 50 on the Dow, 20 on S&P, 114 on NASDAQ. GameStop, defying gravity, 125.35. AMC, 1905. Defying gravity. They're not following these big markets. They're in their own little world. For whatever reason, the Reddit crowd, maybe that's what it is. I don't know. What else have we got? Let's see. Home Depot down 80, Vanik down 466, IBM up 24, Microsoft down 242, Apple down 60, Goldman up 214, Cisco down 28, Facebook down 345, Amazon down 53, Tesla down 19, Google down 18. Bed Bath & Beyond is holding a 35-cent gain, but it was higher. It's at 16.45 now, but it got to 16.94 today, and it gave up that already. Bed Bath & Beyond, BlackBerry, pardon me, was as high as 7.35. It's now 7.24, just up 1 penny. These are just meme stocks. I'm just giving you the headline on that. Royal Caribbean just took a shot lower. It got up to the high of 89.49. It's now 88.26. $1.20 in about 10 minutes dropped. Higher interest rates is bad for cruise lines. They are in debt up to their necks. Norwegian down 2, Carnival still up 15, but they're both, all three cruise shares are falling straight down right now. Costco down 4.80, Walmart down 24, Nvidia down $10. Disney is only up 50 cents. It's backing off quick. Twitter gone negative, down 35 cents. American Airlines only up 4 cents, falling fast. Netflix down $10 or $9.30, falling quick. Snowflake down about 11 cents. It's backing off from $3.20 to $3.11, $3.21 to $3.11. $10 drop fast on Snowflake. We got stocks coming off quick all over the place, especially these high-flying NASDAQ type stocks. They're coming off quick. 125 drop on NASDAQ now, 0.88 of a percentage point. And GameStop right now, 124.79 with AMC at 1903. So there we are. Watching a lot of things going on here. Okay. And DM is thinking that a couple 100,000 failure to deliver from early January is the reason why GameStop won't drop off. Thinking might be the same on AMC, that settlement plus 35 is what's happening here. That could be it. There could be a lot of reasons for this. The volume on GameStop now is at 125.45 again, just popped up. 1,034,000. It's all we've got traded right now on the GameStop shares. AMC stock at 1908 is at 29.1 million. So it is up on the day 48 cents, now 1907. GameStop 125.09, kind of hanging around 124.50 to 125.50 here, bouncing back and forth right now in this range. at the moment. The Dow down 31, S&P down 17.7, NASDAQ down 113, okay? Yeah, okay. Talk is that it looks like the Fed may have expedited a closed board meeting scheduled for February the 14th. And they might move this one up. And if they move it up, it's a guarantee we're going to have rates go higher sooner. This is possibly what's going on. We'll watch for this. We'll watch for this very closely on all this. This was heavily being discussed this morning over on Bloomberg. They were talking about the fact that we'll know at noon in 11 minutes. We'll know whether or not this meeting is going to be moved up or not, because the announcement usually comes out at noontime today when the next scheduled meeting is officially going to happen. And there's speculation that in 11 minutes that meeting might be moved forward rather than kept where it is. That's what I'm told. We're watching. We're down 34 on the Dow right now. We'll see what this does. We're keeping an eye on our indexes and also our stocks. If the indexes drop 100 points, they drop like 100 or 150 quick, you know what this means. We're down 41 on the Dow. We were just only down 20 a minute ago. We're now down 41 on the Dow. 114 drop on the NASDAQ. It was only down 105 a moment ago. Now 116 on the downside. We'll see how this comes through here. Okay. Let's see. That was on their website, says Easy. I like seeing above 3 as a bank now. I really appreciate learning many tricks from you, Uncle Bruce. My stink bid to close my call hit this morning while I was sleeping. I'll gladly take my 14 cents while I snooze, and now I can rewrite. Let's go. Right on, Zach. The market has a feeling it's about to get called into the principal's office. Down 47 on the Dow, 119 on NASDAQ, now down 120 on NASDAQ. We'll see. AMC now 1898, backed off again under 19 another time. We're at 124.85 on GameStop now. Uncle Bruce, buy puts today? Question mark. I wouldn't know. Wouldn't know which stock. Adventure with Duncan, almost $10 difference. 45% down on Fly. Anyway, there you are. What else here? 124.64, another down dip on GameStop. AMC 1896, another couple pennies. 120 on NASDAQ, 39 on the Dow. We are 8 minutes away from finding out if the Fed is going to move forward a Fed meeting. This is a big deal because bond traders are holding their breath for 8 minutes to find out if this is happening or not. If they're moving forward a Fed meeting, you can bank on a interest rate spike quicker, sooner rather than later. Anyway, there we are. The U.S. 10-year is still showing a 2.048, just around 2.05% on the 10-year. We got Germany higher. We have Italy higher. Spain is higher. They're all up here on higher yields. We're watching a lot of stuff. The Dow now showing 42-point drop with the S&P down 120 right now. And just watching a lot of different stocks at the same time here. What else is going on here? Goldman up 174. It's backing off in the last little bit. It reached 374.90 not too long ago, half an hour ago, 40 minutes ago. Now at 372.30, up 174. It's backed off a bit. Okay. JP Morgan still up $1.03. It backed off from 158.19 to 157.01. It's backed up too. Okay. Still waiting. 7 minutes. Down 40 on the Dow at the moment. Waiting to see if this, if there really will be a a thingy. Okay, where am I over here? Lots to watch. Oh my gosh, the VIX is still 0.66 higher. Nothing on the VIX yet. It's 5-6 minutes to go. Ooh boy. Oh gosh. Okay. I'm trying to read all the comments I can that are going through here right now. Okay. Okay. And over here. Cindy, I just sold a 370 on Goldman Sachs for next week. Right on. Whatever decisions will tank my stocks will be the decision of the Feds. Mark this. Coyote, a thingy. We're down 33 on the Dow. We're off 17 on S&P, down 110 on NASDAQ. 5 minutes to go, and we'll find out if the Fed has any kind of a surprise for us today, or is it a nothing burger? We'll find out soon. GameStop 125.56, up 309. AMC 1904, up 45 cents. They are hanging right in there. They are not letting go at the moment. And I have not rolled for next week, and you don't need to. The only thing you can do, and again, only if you want to, you can roll for the next Friday if you can move up $5 on your contract, or 10 if you can buy back your existing call and sell a new one for a higher level to move you up $5 or $10 on your strike price, get you from the 105 level to the 110 or the 115 level. It's the only reason you do it, Coyote, and you can do that anytime you want, whether you did it today or Monday or Tuesday or whatever. It's totally your call. You can wait till next Friday, obviously. But keep an eye on these premiums, because a contract for not next Friday, but the Friday after, you might get $1.50 more for a $5 higher strike price than what you're going to pay back for the one you have. It's worth a look. I don't know if it would work or not. Just check it out. Keep an eye on your option charts. I feel like I want to write a covered call on everything I own at this moment. The Dow down 19 with 4 minutes to go. S&P down 14. NASDAQ down 102. Very quiet, and it's a little improvement lately, but we're not through the woods yet. The 1 month and 3 month are almost even, guys. Again, if you put a stink bid in for the cheap buy and a stink offer for the high price, there might be that spread. Just take a look. Just take a look. Just take a look and keep an eye open. Down 12.6 on the Dow, 125.50 on GameStop, 1903 on AMC. There's where we're at. We're down to 2 minutes on this Fed thing. The thingy with the Feddy. The thingy with the Fed. 2 minutes. Is there going to be a break here? I don't know. Pardon-moi. Oh my gosh, I am hurting big time here. Way to go, everybody. Oh my. Let's see. Okay, the Dow is plus 6 points, so it's gone the completely opposite direction. 2 minutes to go. We're up. We're down 11 on S&P. We're down 90 on NASDAQ. We're just waiting 2 minutes from now for a Fed announcement. Usually these are absolutely boring things. There's just no importance to these announcements, but except for today. Will the Fed meeting be moved forward? Or is a Fed meeting going to be moved forward? And that's what we're sitting on right now. We're less than 2 minutes away from finding out, because officially it's at noon Friday. They release the Fed minutes, the Fed schedule. We're up 3.7 on the Dow. We're down 12 on the S&P and down 92 on the NASDAQ. Waiting. Waiting. It's like watching water boil. It never boils when you watch it. It never happens. Okay. 94-point drop on NASDAQ, 12 on S&P. We're down half a point on the Dow. Okay. 1 minute. 1 minute, kids. 1 minute. All right. Feddy thingy. There you go. Okay. Waiting for the Fed to announce whether or not their meeting is going to be held at the regular scheduled time, or are they moving it forward? Are they moving it to a sooner date? We'll find out here in this minute going through. Just waiting to see if there is a possible move up on a Fed meeting. We are almost at that time. The Dow still plus 3 points. Okay, but it is time. The Dow's down 5. NASDAQ down 104. Just dropped. NASDAQ down 104. S&P down 15. The Dow still down 5.5. NASDAQ down 17. No. Dow is down 17. It just dropped from plus 5 to negative 17 here in about a minute. Down now 19, it looks like. The NASDAQ still down 109. Has this gone through? We're waiting on the Dow, on the Fed. Has the Fed made an announcement? We don't know. We're waiting for the Fed to make an announcement at noon Friday whether a meeting will be moved up or not. It's a rescheduling of a meeting, and we're wondering if it's happening or not. We're down 17.9 on the Dow. We're down 109 on NASDAQ. It doesn't look like a serious drop-off, so I don't know if anything has gone through on this. Auntie is laughing. Sell. Doesn't look like a big drop happening here. I don't know if we've got anything on this or not. Breaking news anywhere? Not seeing anything breaking on CNBC. They've got nothing. And I don't know if Fed Market Watch has anything showing here on their end of it. No, doesn't look like it. Nothing showing there. Still showing a down 9 on the Dow. Nothing serious. Down 13 on the Dow, and we're down 108 on NASDAQ. Nothing too heavy here. I don't see anything specifically showing anywhere. One way or the other, I got nothing. So that could well be that nothing happened. It could well be it's a nothing burger. The Dow down 4 points, so it's not showing me any kind of a major reaction. So then we might be okay. We may have dodged a bullet there, I guess. GameStop 125.50 up 3. AMC 18.98. SoFi 12.90 down up 51 cents. So there you go. It would appear we're okay. Appearances can be deceiving, but it would appear we're okay. Okay. All right. Anyway, there it is. I see nothing. There you go. Okay. Yeah, we have nothing much else going on. All right. Alrighty. Well, I'm going to take my break now. It's been 3.5 hours. I'm 30 minutes over my regular time. Thank you for being with me today and hanging out with yours truly. I appreciate that very much. Also on the thumbs up meter, 434. Thank you everybody for that. Also on the poll question, 623 people have responded. I think writing stock options are going to help me quit my day job. 49% say yes, 51 say no. That has been the same result the entire poll. 623 is the number of responses. That's amazing. Thank you. 437 thumbs up. So that's amazing too. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Have a great rest of the afternoon. I will see you guys at 3 o'clock Eastern time for the last hour of the market today. We'll cover the final close here. Keep your eye on your rollovers on the GameStop. Do the best you can by buying back your call and writing a new one for next Friday or the Friday after that. Try and stay within your range, and if you can, move up $5 if you can on your strike price, maybe 10. That would be great. Thank you all. 439 thumbs ups. There they are. Thank you. And there you have it. Thank you, guys. Fabulous. Okay, guys, I am out of here. I will catch you later today. Thank you all. And have a good afternoon in the meantime. We're at 5.5 on the Dow right now, and GameStop 125.64 up 317. We'll keep an eye on it, and we'll see you at 3, barring anything wacky. All right. Bye for now.